Shea Weber got a $5,000 fine for a cross-check, and we can't even figure out which fucking one it is.
You're listening to the Draft in Hand podcast with your hosts, Greg, Ian, and Mark.
Guys, I have a confession to make. Uh-oh. For the first time in over a year, I put on deodorant.
Yeah, it's because it's fucking hot out.
Because it's hot out. I had a dentist appointment.
Oh, that's a good reason.
So I was like, I'll put on some deodorant.
Yeah, you got a person's face like a foot from you.
Yeah, like I guess last time I went to the dentist was in the winter, and I'm like, I have a hoodie on, like, who cares? I'm not a sweaty or smelly person.
Yeah, but they have a mask
anyway.
on usually.
Yeah, but you
multiple
still smell
masks.
shit.
Yeah, not really.
But I just thought it was a weird experience because it's like, so have you heard that smell is the most, it's joined to your, like, memory?
Yeah, you don't forget a scent.
Exactly, yeah. Like, you'll forget maybe what something sounds like or what something looks like or something
someone's
feels.
feet we know.
You always remember a scent.
You always remember a smell. So when I put on my deodorant, I got a whiff of myself for like the first time, like of my old self, my pre-pandemic self for the first time in like a year. Or like 14 months. It was just the weirdest. It's like, oh, that's me. I smelled myself, and it was really
I'm going to business.
Weird. Yeah, like I'm going to work, or I'm doing something with my life. Have you guys had that experience with anything, whether like at all? Not smell wise, but anything.
I don't know. Putting on sunscreen.
I never put sunscreen on.
Yeah.
Well, I had to last year.
We did talk about this.
We talked about the sunscreen. So I found out why they don't have sunscreen at my work for like people like giving away sunscreen.
Okay.
You know how you think they should supply it? They
PPE,
should.
yeah.
It is PPE.
Yeah.
But they don't because it's COVID.
Okay.
So they used to have like a big pump thing in the shop.
Oh.
I just didn't know that.
So Ian, I don't think our many listeners know that you sort of switched roles a little bit at the golf course.
Yeah,
you went from a receiving role tied to the kitchen to greens crew maintenance, right?
Yeah, so if you're ever playing at Angus Glen and the green is shit, you can blame Ian.
Blame Ian
I was on the
directly.
other course. I was on the other course.
Okay, so they do usually, but just because of COVID, they don't.
But like, I never had that available for me in my other job there.
But are they wiping down every tool after you finish using it?
They spray it.
Okay.
Sanitizer.
And why can't you just wipe the pump after you use it?
I don't know. They should just get one of those hands-free ones.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
I don't know. Instead of...
I'm just buy everyone like one of those spray things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just give everybody like a sample bottle just to keep with
and
them.
half the people probably don't even wear sunscreen because they're all like Greek and Italian and stuff. So
That's fair. Are you trying to say that you're the only one who's not that doesn't not burn?
No, there is some people I'm sure that wear.
Plus, you guys are usually done. Like you're done shockingly early.
Yeah.
Like this morning, we're recording this on Sunday.
Well, weekend shifts are like half kind of.
Yeah. So you're done at 9 a.m.
I was done by 10. Yeah.
That's usually before the sun gets really
No, it was
hot.
still fucking hot this morning. It was sticky and gross. But like near the end of the shift, it got cloudy and super windy. So around like 9 o'clock, it got cloudy and windy. And I'm like, where was this like 2 hours ago?
Where was this the whole time I was working?
Do you start before the sun comes up now? What time's the sun come up?
It's like it's
sunrise.
Getting lighter, but like I can still drive around with like the lights on the gator.
Oh yeah, okay.
And I'm starting at 5:30. So as I'm leaving the house, it's dark as fuck. As I'm getting there, it's starting to get lighter. Like I can navigate without any lights, but
the nighttime Pokemon are still out when you're getting to the course.
I'm so annoyed when I drive to work now because going on the 401, the sun's like usually I'm at work before the sun comes up.
Window.
Now the sun is just reflecting off my rear view mirror and like my
you're
mirrors
going
in
west.
my truck. Yeah,
and it's
so like
right
it's
behind
hard
you.
to see your fucking like see in your mirrors because the sun's reflecting off the thing so hard.
Yikes.
Yeah, and then it's also like hitting your rear view mirror, so when you look up to see if there's anybody behind you or like somebody's coming.
It's me, the sun, behind you.
It's just like, oh, I'm blind. Now I can't see where I'm driving.
I remember I was starting at 7 when we were starting at 7 up at the course, and I'd be driving in at like 6:30, and it'd be like right in my rear view mirror.
It's so
I have
annoying.
to put on sunglasses going away from the sun.
Yeah.
Like not even looking at the sun.
Shoot.
Just
And you're
'cause
driving north, or I guess that's when you're.
I was going west at that point.
You go north
right?
and you go west.
Yeah.
Yeah. I gotcha. Cool.
I was like, man, I gotta leave like 10 minutes earlier because this is fucking annoying. And I did, and the sun wasn't that bright yet. Just
Yeah, and I guess like next week it won't be as bad because the sun will shift in its timing.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Yeah,
but right now it's just like, I was like, fuck, this sucks right now.
Well, we're about a month away from the longest day of the year, right?
We're, pretty much exactly, like just under 30 days until the solstice. Yeah.
Summer solstice.
So is it? What's today's date? It's Sunday.
You do the thing, Greg. Do the thing. It's 5 minutes in.
Yeah, 5 minutes in. 5 minutes of banter. Everybody, welcome to the Draft and Hand Podcast. Thank you for...
I want to banter about one more thing.
Okay.
I was driving today. Guess what song I heard on the radio?
Sweetness, Jimmy Eat World.
Close.
Oh.
Diary of Jane.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I was like, yo, this song was in Halo 2.
Was it really?
Yeah.
They had
Was it?
Breaking,
Yeah.
they had
I know
Breaking Away.
Blow Me Away.
Blow Me
Was
Away.
the-
Yeah, it was that one.
was
Blow Me
the-
Away.
Oh, Blow Me Away
yeah.
was on it.
Okay.
That's even crazier.
It's
I've heard Diary of
Banger.
Jane more often.
Yeah, but I was
Banger.
like, yo, I haven't heard Breaking Benjamin in so friggin' long.
Wow, that's a throwback.
Yeah.
Do they still make music?
I don't know.
Good question.
I gotta go listen to some now.
Well, speaking of bands, thanks for listening to this one. I'm Greg. Over there's Ian.
Yo.
Over there's Mark.
Yo.
And thanks for clicking on this episode of this particular show. We hope to not disappoint you too much, but sorry if we do.
No, fuck you.
Yeah, I guess so. True. They ain't paying for this.
No, they ain't paying shit.
They ain't paying. They're paying with their time and their energy. Okay, cool guys. Mark and I were watching an event this morning. I felt so bad for Charles Leclerc. He's from...
You don't feel bad for Bottas?
No, well, I do, but...
Fuck, every time something
Yeah,
goes
but that's
wrong.
that's their engineer, though.
Mark,
right? Isn't it?
Charles Leclerc is from Monaco.
Yeah.
That's his home... He was... So, Ferrari, Charles Leclerc's... He's from there.
Yeah, I know.
He was on the pole. And literally, like, so we had a crash. 18 seconds left at the end of qualifying. He got pole position. I guess he was trying to beat the lap or go around and do something different. What am I looking at? Oh, follow us on Twitter?
No.
What? Oh, 5-2. 5-2. Jeez. Is that over?
That's a sweep.
That's a sweep for Colorado. Well, there you go. Okay. There you go. Breaking news. You guys know this already if you're listening. But Charles Leclerc is from the place, and he got pole position, and it's the first time Ferrari's had pole in a few years because they're not. They've had a dip.
Oh, they've been shit
in
the last
F1.
couple seasons.
And so he crashed at the end of qualifying, and
What is that, today or yesterday?
Yesterday. But he already secured pole position. So qualifying ended, he had pole, but after qualifying,
You can't do anything to your car else you start at the back of the grid.
you can repair the damage, but you can't
You can't do anything.
change the gearbox
you can't
or
do
anything like that.
And they probably do that before every race anyways?
before qualifying. Once you have your setup, it's done. And if they were to change his gearbox,
Yeah,
which
the
is
only
what,
thing you
the
can
drive
change
shaft.
is like the body. You can't do anything to like the mechanic of the car.
Yeah, exactly. And basically the mechanics of drive shaft, or I think it was the drive shaft, was broken or something.
And they thought they would be fine for the race, and it wasn't.
because otherwise he'd give up pole position.
Yeah.
So they would have been fine to do it.
They could have changed it.
They could have done it, but they didn't want to lose pole position because they still get points for that.
You get and it was a particular course where it's such a narrow street course.
So it's easy.
There's no passing at all.
There's almost no passing. Yeah.
Unless there's a accident or pit.
Basically. So it was just really bizarre that, and it's the starting grid, the pole position was empty.
Mm-hmm.
So Verstappen, who was on the only one on the front row, if you don't watch F1,
Yeah,
there's
he
two
could
cars
just
on a
he
row,
can just cut the third placeman right off.
which was Bottas.
Yeah.
Because Hamilton was at the back, so it was a wide open field. So feels so bad for Charles Leclerc. And I looked up Monaco. So I'm like, where is this place? And it's a city-state. It's not in France, but it's in France.
Yeah.
Geographically, it's in France.
It kind of looks like it's almost in Africa.
It's on the north side of the. It's not the Mediterranean Sea because there's different seas in that body, but
it's a beautiful, beautiful little.
It's right
town.
beside Nice, France.
Yeah.
Basically, if you know where that is,
Nice.
on the south. That nice.
A
nice
beautiful
France.
town. Amy, that's where Amy wants to go if we ever go to see a race.
I think Kristen's been there.
Fucking crazy.
It would be so expensive though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But
And Monaco itself's expensive too.
it looks gorgeous. But anyway, Max Verstappen now the points leader in F1.
Yeah.
So that's kind of neat. And Carlos Sainz and Mark's boy Lando Norrisland's
Two
on the podium.
besties.
Yeah, they were former teammates last year with McLaren.
Yeah.
McLaren, and then Sainz got moved over to Ferrari. Yeah, so good for them. That was cool. So that's
They had a fun little banter after the race with the interviewer guy.
I didn't see that, but I saw everyone's Twitter reaction. Everybody loved it.
Yeah.
Because they're basically bad. Last year, there was a little bit of animosity in Drive to Survive that kind of played up the animosity, but you could tell they just love each other.
Yeah.
Like, they were former teammates and stuff like that. So it was really cool to see them.
The incident with Bottas
what happened there, Mark?
So Hamilton goes in because for some Mercedes wanted to pit real early in this race.
Yes.
So
strategy.
Hamilton went in early, in and out in 2.2 seconds, which is really good pit.
Oh, he killed it.
Yeah, and then Bottas goes in, and they can't get the one nut because there's only one bolt on those tires.
Right. Yes.
They couldn't get the bolt off the one tire, so I was like, how the fuck does that happen? You either over torque that and you just strip the bolt, or he did damage to it and it's bent.
Yeah, like he like bumped into something.
Yeah, but it's like, how the fuck are you not like, with the amount of money you put into this, how can't you get your tire off?
It's a
I thought it was embarrassing.
So how long did they get it off?
No, they couldn't. He had to disqualify himself.
Retired. They couldn't get the tire off the car.
Yeah. And then at that point,
he's sitting there with 3 new tires, and
then at that
front
point
tire,
he can't go back out and drive because there's something wrong with the car and it's dangerous.
Yeah. So
like, if that tire comes flying off and hits somebody.
2 DNFs, and both of them had nothing to do with the actual race.
Yeah.
It was both Pitt and
someone getting fired.
Leclerc.
Oh, somebody's getting fired on Mercedes for sure.
Oh, maybe. I mean, and like I'd imagine those 2 or 3 guys that are responsible for each tire, they're the ones that put the tire in the first place.
Yeah.
Like in the garage.
Yeah.
Because it's like, your job is to know this tire. There's other pieces, other people doing
But that's something
shit.
I've never seen happen before. And like Bottas, whenever, like, I feel like he never he never screws himself over in a race. It's always some superficial incident and he gets fucked for it.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
So how did Hamilton not win?
He started 7th.
Yeah. And he finished 6th or
7th.
something? 6th or 7th.
Wow.
Right ahead of Stroll.
Well, you can't pass it. There's nowhere to pass.
That's kind of boring then.
It is a very boring race.
Kind of.
Considering Hamilton normally passes a lot, right?
It's just more because it's Monaco and it's beautiful. Like, the views and the stun watching the race was just like
wicked.
It's more a spectacle.
Yes. The way that was described by a former driver, he said it's like driving a bicycle around your living room. Like, it's just, they're tight streets and elevation changes, but just not a lot of there are passing opportunities, but like, you got to be right behind the guy.
You got to
the only pass that happened, they didn't even show, they cut from it.
Who passed who? Gasly?
No, Vettel passed Gasly and Hamilton.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah.
I would just crash into my couch if I tried to ride a bike in my living room.
Exactly.
Yeah. There you go.
But Amy made me watch the race. I usually don't watch that shit. Amy stayed up. I was like, yeah, we gotta watch the race. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, they're in Monaco. I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
Did your dad watch it before you went to the trailer?
No.
I mean,
no, they were gone before.
Really?
Yeah, before even got up.
Talk about the other sports that happened today?
Yeah, do you want to talk about... So this happened this week, too. We'll get to hockey in a minute. But White Sox Twins... Did you guys hear the Yerman Mercedes 3-0? He had a home run on a 3-0 pitch. They were up 15-7. So Mercedes plays for the Sox. They're playing the Twins, the lowly Twins. The Sox are up...
Man, I feel so bad for the Twins this year. They're so good on paper, but they have no bullpen.
It's like Jays used to be.
Yeah. What do you think about that situation, Mark? Swinging 3-0 up like 10 runs, and swinging 3-0 against a pitcher who is a position player. The Twins just put in a position player because they needed a guy.
You know what I have to say?
Throw it in the dirt if you
don't want it. Get better, Minnesota.
Interesting.
Like, you still play the game. The guy, even if he wasn't trying to eat, okay, he was obviously trying to hit a home run there. But a lot of the times when you hit a home run, you're just swinging the ball and trying to hit it.
Why they bench clear on it or something?
No, they were just upset and pissed off, and it's like, we're gonna talk to Mercedes. That's not how.
Old man.
It was the guy who hits the home runs manager. He was upset.
It's just basically old man yells at cloud bullshit thing.
That's exactly what it was.
This is like a basketball thing. It's like near the end of the game. It's like your team's up a lot. You don't try or whatever. It's like in hockey, guys are like, "Yo, empty net goals. I'm going for it."
Yeah. Exactly.
Like.
Baseball, empty net home run. Like, I'm gonna hit a home run off this guy. Yeah, I'm gonna hit a fucking home run. You're gonna get paid more money.
So you didn't even say that the pitch was 50 miles an hour?
It was a 47 mile per hour EFIS.
Yeah. So an EFIS, for those who don't know, Mark, can you describe what an EFIS is?
It's basically throwing an underhand lob ball to somebody overhand. It's basically throwing a slow pitch ball to somebody.
It's like a trick pitch almost.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Did he actually throw it underhand?
No.
Oh.
He just sort of lobbed it in overhand just because he thought it was a 3-0 count. It's like, 3-0. I suck. And I deserve a free strike.
The guy just crushed it?
Yeah.
That's sick. BP.
Yeah, literally, yes. No, probably slower than BP.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, those balls are harder. It's harder to hit a ball that far or that slow.
That's slow.
Who was it that hit it?
And the fact that it's harder too.
He not an established big leaguer. He's doing really well, but he's not an established big leaguer. He's been in the minors for 10 years or something like that. He needs money, man. Like,
yeah,
he's going to be due for a paycheck. He's killing it, but
yeah. Well,
you know what I think
that adds to the stats.
I think this argument can go two directions. One, Major League Baseball, there's no mercy rule. If you're playing in a men's league where there's a mercy rule and you're killing a team, I get it, because we all play in minor ball. You score 7 runs an inning, and then the inning's done once you score 7 runs.
But you're also playing minor league. You're not getting paid to play.
But we've also played in insanely competitive tournaments where there is no mercy rule, and like you can't.
You need to score as many runs as possible for plus minus.
Yeah. And when you're you don't you might feel bad, but you don't feel bad for the other team. They suck. Mm-hmm. Like
I love when my hockey team wins like 10-0 in men's league. I'm like, this team's shit. This is awesome. I got like 5 points tonight.
Who loves padding the stats? Everybody loves padding the stats. And if your team's not good enough to play good baseball,
I feel bad after the game. It's like, yeah, we should not be playing that team. But while it's happening, I'm like, yeah, this is fucking wicked. These guys suck.
Wow, he's a savage.
Hey, it's baseball. Like if somebody's throwing me a meatball because I can't hit, if somebody threw me a meatball like that and I'm in a slump where I can't hit, or I'm just want to hit a fucking home run, I'm gonna hit a home run.
Is it more insulting that they tried to get a 47 mile per hour pitch past him? Is that more insulting than swinging 3-0?
Yes.
I'm surprised that's not the narrative.
Did they kind of expect him to like swing before the ball came in? Like
I didn't see the 3 pitches before, so I don't know what kind of mile per hourage that Naylor was throwing with.
Yeah, basically, like instead of the it's 2-0 Edmonton. Edmonton scored a couple goals here. Wow.
Dreisaitl's got both.
Draisaitl has both. It was just so bizarre. It's old school, old fart. Like, you need to roll over and shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
like,
it's fine.
It's welfare baseball.
If the Twins are upset about it, they're just gonna throw a pitch at them and like next game.
Get better.
You know what? You're a $1 million organization. You're $1 million baseball players. You're $1 million manager. Stop being a piece of shit. And stop asking for welfare strikes because you can't throw any.
Exactly. It was like today. The Jays fucking lost today because they couldn't throw a fucking strike.
Oh, how bad was that?
I was having an aneurysm. I was fucking losing my shit.
Are you okay now?
No, I'm still pissed off about it.
Yeah, they've been playing shit the last
and then you're gonna hear Charlie Montoyo doesn't know how to run his bullpen. I'm like, well, when he has literally
been doing
80% of his bullpen on the IL, it's kind of fucking hard.
Give me the fucking ball, I'll throw it myself. Basically, like you can't go out and do that. Like,
well, this series has been shit against Tampa.
The Jays have played this series great though. They just don't have enough arms to compete with them right now because they're decimated.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with their offense.
And I feel like that's always what happens too.
Nothing wrong.
Jays always get fucking injury problems.
And Ryu had another hell of a game today. Same with Robbie Ray the other day too. Robbie Ray right now in his last whatever starts since he came back from that injury or whatever.
I can't remember how many.
49-1 strikeout to walk ratio.
Killing it.
I'm reading some of the comments on Reddit, and like they're all just like, "How? Where the fuck was this?" And all the Jays fans are just Pete Walker.
It's almost as if we're slowly converting the listeners of this podcast into intellectuals.
Nope.
Oh, you're right, Ian.
Not gonna happen.
They were already intellectuals, but we've been talking about Pete Walker forever. Mark, you specifically.
Yeah, there's been Jays have gone over a few coaches changes, and that's one of the few players who's been there the whole time.
He's the constant.
It was him and Brian Butterfield that always stayed.
Oh, good old Butterfield. Everybody loved Butterfield. Where's he now?
I don't know.
He's moved on.
I think he does stuff because he's Canadian, right?
I should know. We should know who the Canadians are.
Yeah.
We should know better. You're right. Anyway.
And then friggin'... Yeah, that was so like... I hate that fucking you can't hit the ball far, blah, blah, blah. Like if I was down 3-0 to a guy, we pitch.
Yep.
If we're down 3-0 to a guy, we're just like, fuck, he's probably going to get a hit off me. Like, what the fuck do I do? I better spot this.
Like, I'm going to throw a fastball, but I better still, like, I'm not pumping it down the middle.
Yeah, throw it down and away. And if you walk him, you walk him. You're a fucking position player. Nobody's going to get mad at you for walking a guy.
Also, I'm not a loser. And that basically comes right down to, it's like, oh, those old guys that yell at clouds. It's like, you're a loser. You're a loser. It's basically, as a batter, I did not swing at your 3 pitches of bullshit. So, I deserve to now have at least 2 hacks, good solid hacks. I didn't swing at your 3 balls.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a good hitter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So friggin' Tats has hit a grand slam today, and I'm pretty sure all the fucking people yelling at clouds.
Yep.
Friggin' he does a different handshake with each plate because he had a grand slam. He does a different handshake with each guy on the base at home plate.
Oh, cool.
And then he does a handshake with the guy who's on deck. And then some guy comes out of the dugout and drops this giant chain with a San Diego, like I forget who the rapper is.
Some bling.
Yeah, just like a crazy chain, gold chain with a San Diego Padre logo in the middle, just on him after he gets back into the dugout. And he's just like freaking out. I'm like, oh, he's good. Everybody's good. All the people are going to be like, you can't do that in baseball. You're showing everybody up. I'm like, you can show people up in baseball if you're better than everybody.
Like, yeah, be better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong.
I think it's fun and
there's a point to which it's like it becomes a little too much, but it's like, are these guys having fun?
Yeah, it's fun and entertaining.
Like, it's
I always love seeing when like Vladdy's trolling someone on first base, or like when they were playing Albies on was Braves.
The Braves.
Yeah.
So him and I think it was yesterday too. Acuna's coming in to catch a ball in center field, and he's running out there as a second baseman, and then I think he steals the ball from Acuna.
Yeah,
and then Acuna's just like sage something to him. You can see Albies like throw his glove at Acuna, be like, if you want to catch it, use my glove.
Yeah. Oh my god!
Like even trolling his own.
Yeah, he's trolling his own teammates. Well, Vladdy doing the Romano squad.
Oh yeah, that's hilarious too.
That was going viral too. Yeah, like,
and now they always pan out to him when Romano's
on the thing.
Yeah,
but it's like a routine. So for those who haven't, I'm sure you've seen it, but Romano does like a deep squat as he's setting, deep knee bend, and Vladdy mimics him standing over at first base.
It's probably a good stretch.
I imagine it is.
My legs just hurt looking at it.
Yeah, well, you're also not a pro athlete.
Yeah.
Talk about the golf, Mark.
Oh, Phil?
Mark, what happened to the golf? I didn't watch the golf, but tell us about the golf. What tournament was this?
History happened today.
History? What tournament?
It was the PGA Championship, the second major of the year.
Nice.
Yeah, Phil Mickelson won at the age of 50 and 11 months, becoming the oldest major winner of all time.
Wow. Hey, can we do a little golf clap?
The best thing about this?
Yeah.
It was fucking rammed with fans.
Oh.
And if you haven't seen some of the highlights where he's walking up to 18, he gets friggin' mobbed. Like he's like, it's everybody shoulder to shoulder.
Right.
Like,
as he's moving through the crowd.
Yeah, no, but
someone ran in.
People are like
grabbing
him and shit like that. Like they lost, there was no crowd control there.
Yeah.
It was honestly.
Wow. Back to normal.
And it looked so fucking great. All the fans just losing their shit and like.
That's sweet. That's sweet.
Just losing their shit and having fun. But he played such an amazing tournament.
Right.
And in the final round today, he started off, him and Koepka, I think they were tied, or he was up 1 on Koepka going into the today.
Yeah.
And first hole, they flipped 2 strokes. So Phil bogeyed and Koepka birdied.
Okay.
And then Koepka doubles 2, and then Phil birdied. So Phil jumps back into the lead.
They traded.
And then Phil holes out from the bunker on 4 or 6 with one of the craziest, like, what a beautiful
that was a nice shot.
And then that's what it was just like, oh, he's on like a roll.
On a mission.
Oh, yeah.
Old man on a mission.
And then 10, he had an insane approach shot to like, Koepka was short, and then Phil was like, I got a chance. Puts it like probably 15 feet and puts it in for birdie. Like, the golf he played was insane.
Damn.
And there was a drinking game like on our golf. Whenever Phil was giving
on Reddit,
whenever Phil would give a thumbs up, you had to drink.
Oh boy!
And let's just say there was a lot of drunk Redditors.
Wow. Oh man,
were you playing, Mark?
No.
Oh yeah, I can tell.
It was just
good for Phil.
Oh, it was great for Phil because he lost his exemption to play in the U.S. Open, and he was only playing in the U.S. this year from an invitation because it's Phil Mickelson. You cannot have him.
So he didn't actually qualify.
Yeah.
Other than just being him.
Yeah, he hadn't been playing well this year.
Okay.
And he's technically in the senior tour too, right?
And
oh wow.
Yeah, and he's on the senior tour now. Because he's 50. 50 is the minimum age to be on the senior tour.
Gotcha.
and him winning this major, he's got exception for the next 5 years to each major, and like it was
so hold on, for the every major for the next 5.
Yeah.
Holy shoot.
So
that's a big ticket. That's a golden ticket.
That's what I mean. Like he kind of like restarted his career again.
Good for Willy Wonka.
Because there was talks of him eventually like probably retiring from the PGA, but he can't now. No, he just showed the world that he's still fucking Phil Mickelson.
So one of my bosses at work, just because we're talking about the senior tour, they showed John Daly's cart getting stuck. Did you see this?
No.
They showed his cart getting stuck, and there's a bunch of like 4 or 5 people pushing his cart, and it's just like fucking legend John Daly. He's the only one that allowed to use a golf cart in the tour.
And it gets stuck.
He's probably
legend.
Hacking a dart, or
of course.
Probably has a rum and coke going on.
I'm not allowed to drive. If they're pushing the cart, you're not driving it. I guess
it was great, but just the thousands of fans being there, it was just a normal
insane.
Sunday. I was
just like looking at this. It's like COVID doesn't exist there.
No, it doesn't anymore.
Yeah. Well, it
never did in the first place. If you had Donald Trump, but let's not go there.
You're not wrong.
Let's not go there.
You're not wrong. Well, do you want to flip to hockey?
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of stadiums with fans in them now.
Except for
the Nashville
Canada.
game was wild.
Nashville game was wild. You want to start with Nashville?
The series has actually been
fucking
great.
2-0. I did not expect it.
Hold on. First of all,
actually, you didn't even choose Nashville. That's the best part.
I didn't even choose Nashville Predators. I as a Nashville Predator fan, I took the Hurricanes in 5. But we did say it was going to be close. Listening to a lot of other people talk and predictions and stuff like that. A lot of people
I thought Carolina
threw this under the rug.
Them.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't expect this to be a series, but
Saros is stealing it for him basically.
50. Hang on, I wrote this down. 58 saves today. Yeah. 56. The games are almost the same length. The 2 Nashville wins.
Oh, the 2 OT ones.
Double OT. Both of them in double OT.
2 OT.
Yeah.
No, but Carolina's been the better team in every game, though, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Saros is legitimately like stealing it.
And
I am like so impressed by it because I'm one of those that did not think he was as good.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
I mean, he's playing a little higher than his average.
He's playing a lot higher, I think.
But Nashville scores goals.
He's been doing it for 3 months now.
Yeah.
He carried Nashville into the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
What's his save percentage right now? Can you pull that up?
I don't know if I can get a playoff one on the fucking score app.
Oh, okay, no problem. Otherwise, it's pretty solid. But Nashville's able to score. Nashville scored some goals.
They're finding ways to score goals on a Carolina. It might be because whatever his name is. Look at me, like that's probably why the Preds don't do it. After a couple beers, you're just stumbling that. You know how drunk those fans were at that game today?
Saros has faced the 5th most shots.
Only.
Vass has faced the most.
So far in the playoffs?
Yeah.
5th most. So it's not.
Tampa's given up the most shots?
Wow.
He's faced the most shots. No, because technically Florida's played both their goalies, so Tampa might have more shots.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
True. That's okay. That's a bit.
And yeah, other teams like Washington's played 2 goalies.
3. And the Islanders have played 2 as well. So,
yeah, Washington's played 3.
Yeah, they started all 3.
Yep. Really?
Yeah. So we'll get there. I think two double overtime games. I hope. Yeah. People were throwing this series under the rug and just saying this is going to be the one that I'm not going to watch. Well, if you haven't been first of all, it hasn't been hard to not watch because it's been not really on the channels in your face.
I didn't watch much of the game. I started watching more of it when I went to overtime, but the overtimes were entertaining.
They were good.
I thought Nashville...
Not crazy, but like it was...
Even though Carolina might have played the better games, I thought Nashville played a little like more clean and that like...
In overtime. Yeah.
Like in that that goal Nashville scored today
was terrible.
It looked like Carolina was dead on the ice, like tired. Like they were all puck watching. I don't think that team makes a mistake like that if they're not tired.
Low blocker.
Yeah, but did you see?
But there wasn't a single Hurricane in front of the net.
No, he was untouched.
Like I think that was just mental fatigue mistake right there.
Puck went behind the net.
Yep.
Wrapped around, Carolina guy chases it for some reason. There's no one back there. There's not a Nashville guy, but there's a Nashville guy in the corner. Yep. But like his D partner already has that guy.
Yeah.
Why is he going behind the net?
That's the only thing.
He comes back around. There's a guy wide open in the slot with the puck shooting.
Mental fatigue because Carolina is a team that doesn't make mistakes like that.
No, not usually.
Yeah,
but good for Nashville for fucking.
I don't know.
Nashville doesn't make mistakes like that.
I don't know who the D was.
So you know who looks like a first line center again? Ryan Johansson.
And didn't I say that? Did I not say that? Remember when I started listing first-line centers and you guys were like, oh, Ryan Johansson. No, he's starting to look like a first-line center. Yeah. He's not a super sexy, he's not an Austin Matthews, and nobody's going to say he is. No, but it's like,
you're probably asking, like, where the fuck was this all season?
A little.
At least just get me excited for most of it, not just like near the end. It's
maybe like, playing with Duchesne help. He's playing with Duchesne. Duchesne had the OT winner a couple days ago. Yeah. That was a beauty.
I still sometimes forget he's in the league.
Duchesne, yeah.
Yeah, he hasn't done much in a couple years.
Well, he's been on like 3 different teams in the last few years too.
He signed with Nashville a few years ago, yeah.
But he also went to Columbus, Ottawa, and
he started Colorado.
Yeah. But no, that's what he means. He's been on a few teams already.
Yeah, that year the Jackets loaded up. He was one of the guys that they loaded up with, and then Nashville signed him after that because he became a UFA. The Hurricanes, I still think they win this series, though. Because like Mark said, they've outshot, they've outchanced, they have the more high-end skill.
Goalies in playoffs, dude, it's something beautiful.
I am enjoying my Jack Daniels. Thank you very much.
And Jack Daniels.
There you go.
Did you have an afternoon one today?
No, I'm not. No. Should have. Would have been the draft.
They didn't have
Jack Daniels.
They didn't have it updated. Now Saros has more.
Oh, okay.
He's got 184 shots,
and
against.
Both of those series are through 4 games.
He's got a 920, 929, and a 252. 929. So like the 929's unreal, but like 252's not crazy.
Yeah,
that's one bad game though.
Yeah,
you're right. Absolutely, definitely. Let's go to a series that has the guy with the highest save percentage. Isn't that Marc-Andre Fleury there again?
I think that's Marc-Andre Fleury.
Vegas, Minnesota.
Mark, you were talking.
It's been a good series, but Minnesota was up in game 2, 2-0 as well, or game 3, one of them, and they blew it.
Yes.
And then Fleury's just playing out of his mind right
Fleury
now.
with a 9. Is it a 959 yen?
966.
Fleury?
966 and a .99 goals against average.
Yeah, well, he got a shutout yesterday.
Goals against average of 1 or less than 1?
0.99.
Yeah, it's less than 1 because they went to overtime.
Yeah,
I gotcha. Minnesota has scored exactly 4 goals in 4 games. That includes the overtime when they did win. Since that first game, I don't think it. I haven't watched
any of it. It's been pretty even.
Think it's been pretty even?
I think it's been
games are too late for me.
The third game, I didn't think it was even at all. Minnesota just had 13 shots through almost the whole game.
Game 4 yesterday, though, friggin' more. Minnesota outshot them 2-1.
Yes, last night they did. Yeah. And Fleury was unreal. Yeah. In the shutout.
That's why I'm saying it's a lot closer than what it was. Because game 1, Vegas came out flying.
Yes.
In game 1, and then Minnesota slowly got back into it, and Minnesota started dominating after the first period.
Talbot's still got a 921 too.
I think it's going to go 6. He's been really good. I think it's going to go 6. I think Minnesota's still got one more win in them.
They got to win in Vegas.
I think I called Vegas in 7. So as long as Vegas does.
As long as Vegas wins.
The numbers don't matter to me.
The numbers don't matter. Cam Talbot, I think Cam Talbot's been really, really good as well.
Yeah.
My favorite. Wasn't that great yesterday, my favorite series so far?
No. Overall, no.
My favorite series so far has been the Tampa, Florida.
Okay, that's easily been the most exciting series.
It just sucks it's only going to be a 4-game series.
No, it's already been 4.
It's 3-1 Tampa.
Florida won.
Oh yeah, Florida won the other day. Yep. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Overtime?
No, because that game was in the afternoon. We didn't watch it.
No, that was Leaf game night. That was Thursday. That's why we didn't watch it.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
So
that Tampa killed it because Tampa killed them yesterday.
Some random guy scored the game winner in that
6-5 overtime.
Yeah, it was 6-5 or 5-4. Yeah.
And then Tampa killed them yesterday 6-2.
Yeah, 6-2. Well, I think they've killed him twice actually now. That guy Kucherov, he's kind of good.
What? Well, yeah, there was a shitstorm online about him coming back and then scoring 2 goals. It's okay.
Yeah, now he's leading the playoffs in points too.
How many points has he got?
I think he's got 9.
In 4 games?
Yep.
Holy shit.
I think he has 2 4-point games in the playoffs too already.
What?
So. Yeah, I think he had 4 yesterday. I think he had a goal in 3.
I mean, I guess that's what happens when the Leaf game's on too.
You know who's second in points though?
Huberdeau?
Huberdeau. The guy you should trade.
Trade him. Trade that fucking guy. Shout out to the Florida Panthers fans that have interacted with us on Twitter.
I'm going to throw this out there
love them
too
as well.
If you put money on Victor Hedman to win the Conn Smythe again this year, it was at 5,000 to 1.
Was that at the start of the
playoffs?
Did you?
No,
Why?
he's at 7 points right now.
So if you put down $1,
I think he was at 5. I think I heard. I should have put down
10.
Well, because he was injured all year.
Why not?
Edmund was playing like crap towards the end of the season.
Yeah.
he's due to have surgery.
Yeah, and that's why everybody's like, "There's no way he's going to win Conn Smythe," and he's tied for third in points.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know what's in the water in Tampa, but
It's ocean water.
we need it here.
Ocean water.
It's COVID water.
Oh, yeah.
No, they got 5G, some other shit.
They got 5G. Yo, shoot. Okay.
But yeah, what Tampa's doing is like they're too good, man.
Mark, do you think that's been the most entertaining series, like Ian said?
I've actually really liked Pittsburgh Islanders.
See, I haven't watched like.
Hold on, before we go there, how good has Huberdeau been?
Sick.
I haven't watched much of the series though.
I watched the highlights, and some of his saucer passes
some
are
of
just
it's absolutely disgusting.
And is he playing with Barkov? I don't think he's playing with Barkov.
No, they haven't been playing
playing
together
with
really.
Yeah. Barkov's playing with Marchment and Hornquist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who's that second line? Second line is Bennett with
Huberdeau and I forget center.
Is it for Hagee?
Yeah, for Hagee.
Yeah.
For Hagee.
Hagee on the second line? Yeah. They're doing it, just remember, Florida's doing it without Ekblad.
Yeah.
So they're keeping it close.
But their $10 million goalie's doing really well.
Oh, he's excellent.
Across all of these.
Spencer Knight might play the next game.
How crazy
Fucking
is
get
this?
him in there.
This is the most, in terms of like just goalie shit show I can remember. Usually there's like a starter and there's maybe one team that doesn't really know who their starter is. But how many teams, like it's almost more teams have started multiple goalies than have started a single one.
Yeah.
Like Minnesota, Vegas, each one only one. Carolina, Nashville, each one only one. But Tampa, Florida, like Florida's been starting multiple. Washington's been starting multiple.
Well, Washington's
Islanders
been starting multiple because like
they had to.
They got hurt. Anderson had to start. Vanacek got lit up.
Well, Vanacek just got pulled. Did he get injured or get pulled early in that game?
I think he might have got hurt. I don't know.
He got hurt in one. Yeah, he got hurt. That's why Anderson went in.
He saw 4 shots.
Yeah.
So, and 1 goal against, but like he must have got hurt.
Yeah.
You're not going to pull him on 1.
Where do you guys want to go next?
Mark
mentioned, which one did you
Pittsburgh Islanders,
I
you said.
like the Pittsburgh Islanders one.
Same. I think that's been really good too.
I do not fucking like that one.
What, Ian, what don't you like about it? And then I'll ask Mark what he likes about it.
Islanders.
Okay, over to you, Mark. What do you like about that series?
3-1 goal games and then the Islanders shit kicking Pittsburgh yesterday.
Yeah,
well, you just love the shit kicking Pittsburgh. That's your favorite part. Anything?
No, but that series has been the closest thing to perfect hockey.
Yeah, you're right.
2-0.
It is, yeah, and
but the perfection line's not there.
That series has been so mistake free, and like Sidney Crosby is fucking amazing.
On a mission, man.
So is Matt Barzal. Matt Barzal looks amazing again too.
Barzal does look.
How's
really
Malkin
good.
looked?
Injured.
Yeah,
a little off.
Tall Russian.
Yeah.
It's been like it's been a Crosby Barzal show.
It's not, but yes, because you're the only ones that are flashy enough to stand out.
But they aren't racking the points up.
Nobody is.
No.
From what I've seen of it, I did like Chris Letang and Dumoulin.
Yeah.
On Pittsburgh.
Oh, Dumoulin's underrated.
And Leddy as well.
Leddy's so good on the Islanders.
I don't know why
he's a legit number. Nobody talks about. He's a legit number 1 defenseman.
He steps up in the playoffs too. Like I remember him last year in the playoffs as well.
He's one of the best skating defensemen in the entire league.
Mark, you're gonna have to make a better argument than that for number 1 defenseman. So make it. Why is Leddy a number 1 defenseman?
You watch the guy. Just watch the guy play. When the puck's on his stick, he's so fluid. He's probably one of the best skating defensemen in the entire league. Like, you watch him skate, it was like Jake Gardner when he first came up with the Leafs. Like, that dude is smoother than, like... Dude,
I love Jake Gardner's skating. People hate it on Jake Gardner, but it's like, man, you watch him skate, it's incredible.
Yeah, and, like...
People didn't appreciate that.
Leddy's, like, always Leddy's always, like, 4 plays ahead of everybody. He doesn't make mistakes. He jumps up some to play. He knows how to get back.
Mark,
it sounds to me like you're describing a number 1 defenseman.
He gets a shitload of points, too, nobody brings up.
Does he run their power play? Like, is he back?
Barzal does.
No, but
is he on power play?
I think he's... it might be Pulak, because he has the fucking laser rocket.
Could be.
Yeah, he has a rocket laser, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I don't analyze their...
Yeah.
I test
they're not a power play team.
This guy doesn't
right?
make mistakes and stuff like that. Like if Leddy was on Toronto, everybody would he would never be like not stop talked about.
And that's a bad thing.
No, like as how
as
good he is.
That's
no, but like you don't want to be talked about. You're like, let me fly under the radar. But like teams know you're good.
Yeah.
Like
but we'd just be talking about how good he is. Sorry.
And then he gets overhyped and then gets overpaid. But because he's on the Islanders and Lou keeps it on the down low.
Yeah, but scouts know how good he is.
Maybe.
Oh yeah.
How good do you think he is? Do you think he's
I like Leddy. I could see him on the top pair of most teams,
which is maybe a bit of a stretch, but at least top pair.
Top pair on most teams.
I don't think people can argue that.
Depends. It just depends what you have. Like if you're not gonna have him on the top pair in Toronto because he does what Riley does.
When I first watched him
is he left or right? When
I first started watching him when he was drafted by Chicago, I was like, yo, this kid is gonna be a fucking stud.
How old is he now?
He's getting up there. I'd probably put him at low 30s, but I have no clue.
What a fucking old geezer.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, our age.
Just retire. Fuck. Graybeard.
Nick Leddy.
There you go.
30. He's only 30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Low 30s.
Solid.
Yeah, I know. He was drafted by the Wild, but Chicago had him.
Yes.
Yeah, he was on. I remember him on. Does he get a cup with Chicago? Got a couple?
I don't know how many he has, but I know he has one with Chicago.
He's one of those guys that isn't sexy, but he just wins. You know, like those guys are just on teams that win.
Mm-hmm. You just, I don't know. You don't see him out there, I guess. I don't know.
Well, he just blends into the system.
I see him out there all the friggin' time.
I notice him. Yeah.
I notice him all the time when he's out there, though. Like
you're probably looking for him a little bit more than everyone else.
No, he's just that good. It's like when you watch like Yossi play, he's always up in the Russian shit. Like.
Yep, they're
always a part of the play.
But Yoshi's like a standout.
Yeah. But I'm saying like he's always in the play. Like, you know how a defenseman you don't want to be heard usually.
Yeah, if you don't hear from a defenseman during a game, they're usually doing a good job.
He's got the puck so much that he's always been talked about.
Cool. D's.
Yeah, you see him. He makes an impact.
Closer eye out. There's some series you can't really appreciate the Islanders. Pittsburgh, you can kind of turn your brain off and sort of watch them because it's like Crosby and Gensel and Letang.
Brian Rust looks really good
has been solid. Shout out fantasy hockey because Mark, you recommended him in fantasy hockey early in the year actually, and
I had him on a team.
But the Islanders, you got to sort of pay a little bit more attention to appreciate what they're doing. Mm-hmm. I think that's why Ian doesn't really like watching them, just because you can't really turn your brain off and watch them.
I didn't want to watch this series because Islanders knocked out the Flyers last year, and I hate Pittsburgh. I was at the point where I was like, "Fuck both these teams," and I started watching. I'm like,
I appreciate the hockey, but like for entertainment standpoint,
yeah, I get it.
Yeah, it's like watching.
If I wanted to sit down and analyze a game, I would watch Islanders play.
Yeah,
if I want to see bodies thrown around and shit like that, I'm gonna watch Washington, Boston.
Yeah, I know exactly. That's
or the Florida series.
Florida Tampa. Yeah.
So, Mark, your appreciation for the series is
the hockey is so perfect.
But you also appreciate a 0-0 baseball game. And I know a lot of people don't like that just because they're like fair weather fans. Yeah. I got you.
It's like it's not mistakes going in that. It's like hard work, will, fucking skill.
What's going on?
Except for that one goal, Varlamov gave up where he just waved at it.
I was going to ask, what's hilarious. Going on with Varlamov?
That was hilarious.
Varlamov didn't start last game. It was Sorokin.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, he was injured the first game. Sorokin started.
Yep.
And then Varlamov went in the second game. Pittsburgh lit him up pretty good, didn't they?
I think so, yeah. I don't know how.
Oh, that was the one. That was the game he waved at the puck.
Yeah, that was the game where he waved at the puck.
Yep. Okay.
Third game, Pittsburgh won. I don't know what happened. And Sorokin win yesterday?
Pittsburgh won 5-4 in the third game, and then Sorokin won 4-1
yesterday.
4-1, yeah. The series is tied at 2. So in the 3 when they lost, was that Varlamov in that one? I think it was. Islanders.
So they got 2 losses with Varlamov and 2 wins with Sorokin.
Well, the results speak for themselves.
I think they should play their third string goal.
What is it? Some other fucking?
I don't know. I chose
Russian?
Pittsburgh. I don't want Islanders to win.
Mark, a 7th round pick, probably too. Of course.
Next,
that's what I'm saying. Well, do we need to talk about this Colorado series because they just swept?
McKinnon just dicked them.
Grubauer's been good.
Yeah, McKinnon dicked them. But what about the Kadri hit?
Yeah, what do you think about the Kadri
8 games?
hit?
He's appealing it.
I think 8's excessive, but I believe he deserves games.
It's his 3rd suspension in the playoffs in 4 years.
This is true, but why did Wilson get nothing in the regular season when he's had a 20-game suspension?
That is a valid question.
It is a valid question. I can't answer it.
Yeah, I know.
I thought Kadri was going to get this round and next round.
You thought double?
No, like this round, next round. And the 8 games is about what it is. I'm not saying that I was thinking
or wrong.
5
when I saw it again.
That's what I thought.
But that's because he got 5 last time, so I was thinking 5 again. But
step up. Yeah.
I guess, repeat offender. When was the last time he got it? 2 years ago? He didn't get one last year.
He didn't get one last year because he's probably too scared to hit somebody.
But that was a bad hit. It was fucking bad.
When did we get Kerfoot? Yes, it was 2 seasons ago. I'm not sure if it's 2 years ago because of COVID.
Okay, but still, in the last, he's been suspended 3 of the last 4 playoffs he's been in.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, that is right. And you're not helping your team.
But absolutely, that should have been a suspension. It was a hit to the head.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's a straight up hit to the head.
I just think 8's a lot, but
and 8
at the same time, and that's the main thing.
It's not 8 regular season.
Yeah, it's not 8.
Yeah, if there was more consistency with their disciplinary, we probably been like, 8 games is okay. But since there's no consistency, we're just like, okay.
Wilson
got
off.
Like what dartboard? Like what piece of the dartboard did you hit to get this number from?
They in the Leaf.
they couldn't tell Mark because they were blindfolded.
Shea Weber got a $5,000 fine for a cross check, and we can't even figure out which fucking one it is.
I think it must have been on.
It was on Simmons.
Oh,
and we're like,
I was going to say on Engvall. We're like, well, I picked the wrong one.
Did you see Edmonton cross-check Simmons right in the face in front of the net?
We were like, which cross-check was it against Simmons? Because we couldn't figure it out.
Montreal's so dirty.
Yeah, we'll talk about
that later.
We'll get there.
But I just had to bring it up because it was a suspension.
No, you're right. Yep, absolutely. Colorado is now sitting and waiting. Did we think St. Louis was going to put up a bigger fight? Because I thought yes, but I also said at the start, not to, toot my own horn, I said this was the series I was least interested in just because there is no way.
You thought it would be better.
There's no way St. Louis could stack up
There's no way to justify St. Louis beating Colorado.
Colorado's, we said at the start of the year, Colorado's just so good.
Juggernaut.
I also think Binnington's a fucking sieve.
You think so, eh?
Oh, I fucking hate
that.
Well,
now I do. I will never fucking take him in fantasy hockey ever again.
But do you hate him just because of his shenanigans or because he sucks?
I don't care about his shenanigans. His numbers weren't good.
His shenanigans are awful. He's going to get himself ran so hard.
Yeah. I hope so.
Yeah.
Like, you don't do that shit as a goalie. You only do that shit when your team is, like, trying to, like... A goalie shouldn't put himself out of the way to try to be a part of the game that way, like he was doing.
We do have his autograph.
Game in quotations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's done it a whole bunch this year already.
I agree.
It's not the first time he's pulled shit like that.
If you're a goalie, stay out of that crap.
If you're a goalie, stay quiet and jump in when the other when it's when it's time to.
Well, okay. So that's the one argument I heard for Binnington was there was one situation where Grubauer did grab one of the St. Louis players or something, and Binnington then is like, okay, let me even it up because if you're grabbing people. So I'm like, maybe, but like he also has this history of fake punching people that you can't ignore.
Yeah.
So that what I was a little bit more on the fence with, as opposed to just like, you can't go around like fake punching people. Like, shut up and stop pucks.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Just shut up and stop pucks. And he's not even doing a good job at that. And if you're not doing a good job at that, and if you're not doing a good job at that, don't be fucking skating around.
Yeah, it's not your job to get the team fired up.
Exactly.
And when get the team fired up and making a big.
And when you see somebody do something stupid like that, you're more just like, oh, now we gotta answer for his stupidity.
So what about Rask the other day, fucking blockering the guy 3 times? And
good. He's been run a few times.
It wasn't his fault though.
No,
it was Hathaway. Hathaway?
No,
that was that should have been suspendable or fine.
That should have been suspendable, fine, or at least
3 times the guy's head.
It was like shoulder ribs area. I don't think it went to the head.
Still 3 times.
Yeah, it's still a weapon to your ribs.
Does the blocker hurt that much?
I've never been punched by one.
Punch yourself with your blocker at home.
Blockers are really light now.
Yeah, but they still have the hard piece at the.
They're edged too.
Yeah, well, they're not. It's not like a.
I don't know. Well, you bring it out here. I'll put it on and I'll punch you, and you can tell me if it hurts.
How about the other way around?
No.
See,
I don't like.
Neither of us want to get punched with a blocker. So.
I don't think I've ever been punched by a blocker that I can think of.
I don't think it hurts as much as. I mean,
but when you're
depends where because it looked like he got him in like the neck shoulder, like he was aiming for the neck shoulder area.
I'm gonna. I understand what you guys are saying that you shouldn't be punching people with your blocker and stuff like that.
Even if it's just a punch, 3 punches, like you still punch a guy 3 times.
The thing is that wasn't the first time he had gotten like bowled over that game.
His own player pushed him in.
I know, but he doesn't know that.
I know he doesn't know that.
Don't know
why your reaction shouldn't be a blocker. Take your blocker off.
Yeah, you don't want to hurt your hand. That's even more reckless.
Why do people punch with wood and they still have a helmet on?
Goalie shouldn't have to protect.
I'm not saying that they're all not smart. They're all dumb.
I think someone else should be doing the dirty work for Rask. He shouldn't have to.
Yes, I agree.
I just didn't like the blocker. If he just went with him with the glove and just smeared his head or just like tackled him, that's fine.
If he went with the glove hand instead of the blocker hand, I would have been okay with it. Yeah. Like he just like roughed him up or like face. It was just his first instinct
was that, okay, this guy's down on
blocker,
the ice, and it was
one
blocker,
two,
and it was like two. It wasn't like and then poo. It was like one.
He like thought about each one.
Yeah, he thought about like he waited a little bit after for the first one. He's like, I gotta do it again. And he's like, I gotta do it again.
At the same time, I think about it, and Washington has been fucking dirty as shit this whole series, so can't blame him.
And that's what I'm saying. It's not the first time he had gotten bumped or run over, so he's like, I've had enough of your fucking shit. Like, I think his helmet was off too, wasn't it? I think his helmet was off in that play.
Yep.
Then the Capital guy like had brushed his helmet off. It's like, I remember he had watching that game. He had a conversation with Rev earlier. And I bet he's like, hey,
I'm blockering the next guy that comes in.
Kind of, it's like, hey, if you're not going to call a penalty,
if that's a conversation he had, then I understand a lot more why the ref let him get
there was no penalty. That would make sense to me.
It's like, hey,
why there was no penalty was asinine.
If you're not going to protect me, then I got to do something.
Yeah.
And like one way or the other.
Yeah, no. If he told that to the ref, because usually ref and people communicate. He's like, refs you can't do that again. And players like, if that guy does that to me again, I'm gonna fucking like you missed that. I'm gonna fuck you. I get to stick him.
Kinda, yeah.
That fourth line for Washington has been good for them, though.
Who's on it, Ian?
Nick Dowd, Carl Hagelin, and Hathaway. Garrett Hathaway.
Ian, you know what I appreciate about you?
What?
That you're able to rattle it off
I didn't even look at my phone for that one.
Ian's an encyclopedia of
because I was looking at it the other day. Like Dowd, I think got the OT winner in the first game or something for Washington.
Yes,
Nick Dowd,
probably,
and he got a goal. I don't know if it was last game or the game before that. He got another goal though, but like the fourth line's running amok out there for them, and they look good. Like, yeah, there's players doing stuff, but like Wilson just looks like a dumbass. Oshie's good. Backstrom's good.
Wilson's playing a good series. I thought Wilson's playing a good series.
He's playing a good series, but he's still doing stupid shit. He had a fucking hit cross-check to the head tonight against I don't even remember who the player was, but it was against a guy.
Yeah,
Edmonton. We don't even have that game on.
There's been cross-checks in every series. Like, that stuff's like whatever.
Cross-check, yeah, but it was a cross-check to the face.
Oh.
It was to DeBrusque. And I know you hate DeBrusque, so it doesn't matter.
Washington's one of those teams. Goaltending's been a mess too. They have had all three of their goalies have started.
Yeah. Yeah, you already talked about it.
Well, they're down 3-1. I didn't think they'd be down 3-1 to Boston.
And they're down in this game.
Oh, so they're losing right now?
They're down 1-0 currently as of this recording. They're almost done the second period. So when everyone's listening to this series could be done. But what does Washington have to do if they win this game? What does Washington have to do to come back?
Win the next game.
Oh, very nice. Does Washington look slow to you guys?
Slow.
Slower. I wouldn't say slow.
But you would not say
teams.
Slow.
They look at
Interesting.
They look at a tempo.
You're being too nice, I think.
I think they're slow.
Yeah.
Like, they don't, like, who's fast on their team? Just think about it.
Like, is Oshie
Wilson?
fast?
And don't say Carl Hagelin. That doesn't count.
I was going to say Carl Hagelin. Tom Wilson's pretty fucking fast.
Yeah.
Tom Wilson's a good skater, but I wouldn't put him as fast.
Mark, describe out of tempo. How do you mean out of tempo?
Like, they're not... Nothing they're doing is clean. Like
puck movement and stuff like that. It's not just the skating. It's just like the breakout passes.
The breakout is bad. And when you can't
entries.
make passes and everything's like either too far in front, too far behind, you're always going to look slow.
If you can't make passes, you can't do the hockey.
Because like the Kings won 2 cups being like the slowest team in the NHL.
This is true.
Facts.
And Washington won the cup not being the fastest team either a few years ago.
I think Boston is really benefiting from having 2 lines that can click and score and just can out tempo or outpace them, and it's moving the puck.
Also 3 of the games have gone to OT.
We've been very fortunate that we've had a bonus hockey, lots of bonus hockey this year.
Yeah, I don't like the bonus hockey. I gotta go to bed.
I know. But the bonus hockey, and you know what it's like. We're saying we picked Boston because of the goaltending and Rask. I don't think Rask hasn't looked extremely sharp,
but he hasn't looked bad either.
Right. He's been steady.
I think he's probably been really good too, actually. What are his numbers?
You think it's been really good?
I just fucking got a 930, dude.
I don't know. There's something that he just doesn't look. It looks like he has another This is so cliche. He's another level to get to.
Yeah,
maybe he's still
but that
injured.
Sucks if you're playing him in the second round and
he's getting to that next level.
Yeah.
Well,
he was like, it's like
taking Boston.
It'll suck for you, Boston, the Islanders.
Like, okay, so we're here.
Yeah.
And you want us to get up to
this
here.
level.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Yes.
2-0 Boston. They just scored.
Wow, boys. The Bruins. The
Bergeron.
Bruins. Who scored the first
Pasternak.
Pasta.
Oh, it was a nice goal. I saw the score update.
Oh, fuck.
You have to watch that one in the 7th inning stretch.
Yeah, gotta have a look-see. Okay, what series have we not talked about here? We haven't talked about the Canadian one.
I haven't watched this
Edmonton,
one other than the
Winnipeg?
right now.
Yeah, have you guys? Ian, I haven't watched this one at all.
They've been too late for me.
Okay, same.
Started Wednesday.
Really. I just didn't watch them.
And I've worked every day since then.
Do we know anything about it? I mean, we're about it on right now.
Hellebuck has a 986 going into this game.
Okay, so I lied when I said that Fleury had the highest save percentage because Hellebuck. So I'll correct myself before you guys.
Fleury's, but that was 2 games opposed to 4, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Bigger sample size.
One goal against in the first game. McDavid didn't have a point in either of the games.
How many shots did McDavid and Draisaitl have?
I have no clue.
Okay, let me have a look-see.
But like if you're keeping McDavid off the score sheet for 2 games, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
I don't know if he has one in this game, but Edmonton's up 2-0 right now. I know Draisaitl scored 2 goals.
Yeah, that's it. 2 goals,
So
5 shots. McDavid
if
got
the
2
McDavid's
points.
not doing anything, the Draisaitl's doing something.
McDavid's got a couple assists there.
So he does tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So yeah.
Okay. No, if we haven't watched it, there's no point in commenting on it just because
I think Connor's had some good points in the first couple games.
I just know McDavid and Draisaitl had no points going into this game, and Hellebuck's been unreal.
Yeah, 1 goal against, right?
Well, Stastny scored in the 1-0 game.
The OT, yeah.
Yeah, that was a great shot. Very sneaky. Through
that was
screen.
weird.
I did watch that.
I saw the replay of that one, yeah.
And then the Jets won 4-1 in the first one. Kyle Connor, you're right, did get a couple. He got a goal and an assist. Scheifele got 2 points. Thompson got 2 points. Wheeler, goal and assist.
Yeah, they're boys doing stuff.
They're boys. And Hellebuck 9-7.
Ehlers was out the first couple games. He's back tonight, but they're getting outshot like crazy right now in the second.
18-7.
Edmonton just has to bring it, man.
Mm-hmm.
I think this.
They do. That's how they win games is offense.
Yeah.
Like Mike Smith has been good. What are his numbers? I guess he had 4 goals against in the one game, so it's probably not that good.
But he's
got a 946.
They went to overtime. 0-0.
He's got a 946 in 2 games.
Of all the teams to pick to go to a 0-0 overtime, you would not pick the
team with
McDavid. You would not pick that one.
There must have been a shit ton of shots against him in that first game or something.
Like you might have picked the Wild.
Do you know what's crazy? I think the only team to not get shut out in the NHL this year was the Ottawa Senators.
No way.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Is that a stat?
I think I read that somewhere. The Ottawa Senators were the only team this year to not be shut out.
That's crazy. That's cool, if that's a stat. They didn't finish last in the league. That happened last in the division. That happened this week as well.
Yeah, Greg with the bold take. Strikes one on the nail with the head.
On the nail with the head. Yeah. Bold prediction at the start of the year was that the Ottawa Senators were not going to finish last in the Canadian division. Oh, man.
Oh, there was 2 empty nets in that first Edmonton.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So Mike Smith only had 2 goals against in that game and 1 goal against in the second game.
Right.
And the game's a lot closer than it is with the 2 empty netters.
Yeah. You're right.
It's a bouncer too for McDavid and Draisaitl, and it's a different game. Oh, he just got stood up.
Did you guys, the last thing I'll say before we go to the stretch here, did you guys watch any of the Calgary-Vancouver? How do you feel about the Calgary-Vancouver finishing
0
the season?
The games were weird hours. They were either late or they were early.
Yeah. They didn't want to conflict with playoffs.
Yeah, I was at work or I was napping or I was sleeping.
Yeah. Well, they didn't put them at playoff times, which is fair. To me, like you guys, I didn't care. I didn't watch. I watched a couple of the highlights because one of the games was really good.
Of the games
the first game was really good of the week.
It was
the Sunday night game, I think it was.
6-5 game or something?
6-5 OT. Vancouver, I think Vancouver came back and scored 4 goals to tie it, and then Calgary won in overtime. That game was kind of cool. But again, to me, it's like I don't care the date of the game. If you're mathematically eliminated from the playoffs,
it's pointless. It's like whatever. It should be a shitty game at that point,
and
unless someone's going for a contract, and then I guess there are guys still working.
Or making
it is a job.
NHL debuts. One guy scored his first NHL goal, and it was like nobody cared about the game. So I mean, it kind of sucks for that. I don't know the kid's name.
Exactly.
Sorry, but
no one cares.
But Vancouver Canucks finished last.
So the thing that annoys me more about anything is that the NHL accommodated the U.S. teams while they went through every pandemic stage in each division, and then Vancouver goes through it and they fucking just like, fuck it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. I see what you mean. It was an awkward spot because it was later in the season.
It was later. It was the last one.
Fucked the Flyers over pretty hard.
Yeah.
Well, the COVID did.
Yeah.
Not that this. It was still early in the schedule that they could sort of do the thing. And I know you're upset that they had to play the winter thing, but I mean that was
that's a spectacle. Yeah. I mean that was a sick view.
But that ultimately that wasn't the reason why they missed the playoffs.
Not that
God,
one
no.
game,
no. Do you want to?
No, thanks.
Do you want to see my list?
Do you have a list?
No, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, we don't have to.
Big save by Mike Smith.
Ian, take us to 7th inning stretch.
Let's go. Oh, you gonna say something?
Yeah, I got one more thing I want to talk about.
All right, go.
How much are you guys enjoying the fans in the stadium?
It's loud.
It's great.
Yeah, it's fucking amazing.
It's great. I mean, you're sort of wondering how social distance works if there's that many people in there anyway. It's like
everyone in the States are vaccinated.
Yeah, so like you might
that wants to go.
My thing, it's either safe or it's not, and if you deem it safe, just open it up entirely and just go nuts. But it's so great to watch. It's crazy watching.
I agree with you on that point.
It's crazy watching the Winnipeg Jets game with the whiteout,
and no one's there.
Nobody's there. They've put white t-shirts on all the seats, but there's nobody there, rally towels or whatever, and there's no one to use them. But it still looks cool, but
there's no passion. That's why I love the golf. There was so much passion watching the golf today.
Or like you said, the Predators, they were doing the cheering and stuff like that after the goals. And
even
the
Carolina crowd was sick too. I think they had 12,000 in Carolina.
But it's
Pittsburgh's for Game 5, Florida's upping to I think 15,000.
Florida can get that many fans?
Mm-hmm. Like, I understand
it's not hard to travel from Tampa.
That's true. I understand if you only have like 1,000 fans and you're keeping it like really spaced out. But if you're like half capacity at that point, it's like there's so much air being circulated that, and I'm no doctor.
And there's not enough room in the concourses to keep everybody 6 feet apart.
If you're up to 50%, what's the point? If you're at like 10%, okay, 15 maybe, but like, don't tell me 50% is that much safer than 100.
Some of the
try to convince
some of the events might even make them have to be vaccinated to
I think they have to be,
which is fair.
Well, because that's how it was in the soccer, right?
Well, I know in some baseball stadiums they have fans that aren't vaccinated, but they're
they have different sections.
They have to sit in a different complete section.
Yeah, they're fucking segregation.
That's what Buffalo's going to do, I think, right?
Hopefully,
when the Jays go there. But that's like every other baseball stadium. You have the vaccinated, you have the smoking and non-smoking, you have the vaccinated and non-vaccinated.
All right,
7th.
Let's
do it. The Tampa Bay Lightning are the defending Stanley Cup champs, so let's do a 7th inning stretch about lightning. Did you know that around the world, about 1,800 lightning storms are thought to be happening at any given time?
1,000?
1,800. Yeah. I didn't. Yeah. Can't say I've really thought about it, to be honest, either. Generally speaking, we all understand how lightning works, but atmospheric scientists have begun to explore the importance of lightning from a chemical perspective. Thunderstorms above Colorado, Texas, and Oklahoma, and that area of the states, have been found to generate hydrogen and oxygen-based molecules at a much higher rate than anyone previously could have imagined. These oxidants, that's what the hydrogen and oxygen molecules are called, are generated from the electricity in the air. So what? Well, the oxidants in the air happen to react with other molecules like methane and other atmospheric contaminants. This helps those contaminants become more water soluble, so rain can flush them out of the atmosphere. So lightning actually helps clean the air. Earth has its own built-in air purification system, and it doesn't even need plants to do it.
That's pretty cool.
Now, this is a very cheap and quick explanation for a more complicated process, but long story short, the lightning begins a chemical process that filters Earth's air. If you find this interesting, you can find more about this story on the internet.
Interwebs.
On the interwebs. I happened to come across this in an article from Science News. And who doesn't love a little bit of science?
I'm surprised your brother didn't fucking talk that into you.
Guys, I just want to apologize because the thing that happened in the Leafs game,
we don't want to talk about it.
Entirely my fault. I purchased a John Tavares jersey literally less than an hour before that happened.
You know what's worse is we were sitting here watching the game in the garage, and we said, who's going to score the first goals? And I said, John Tavares for the Leafs.
Oh, boy. 70% off at National Sports. And I was like, fuck, that's too good not to purchase. So I did it. 70% off.
How the fuck do you get 75% off a Leaf jersey as the playoffs are starting?
Because National's going out of thing. It's a clearance sale at National for Ontario people.
Pickering shutting down?
All across Ontario, dude.
Yeah, Canadian.
So I got
snip.
For $57, I got a John Tavares jersey, and
what the fuck?
At 6:52 p.m. That's when
How much it cost?
$57 plus tax.
That's solid.
So I but it's my fault. It's my fault.
All right, we'll throw it on Greg.
Everybody's seen the thing. I don't. None of us think that it was intentional. If anything, I think it was a kind of a little bit of a cheap, not a cheap hit from Sherratt, just because he kind of, I don't want to say he led with his knee. It was a hockey play. That's it. I think that's probably how he injured his knee.
The main, I'd see Tavares the knee. I could see the knee was when he collapsed backwards even.
We'll talk. Yeah, let's get there in a sec. But I think all the social media frenzy that followed regarding all the doctors and stuff like that. It was just okay. So if the pandemic has taught us anything, it's how few people have any sort of knowledge about basic first aid at all. The pandemic has been a learning experience for so many people, how to properly wash your hands. By the way, it's you sing the alphabet or sing the ABCs, and if you're done singing the ABCs, that's around when you should be done washing your hands, and people still haven't figured it out. What a mask is for, all this stuff, high touch areas, all that stuff is basic first aid stuff. And if that's news to you, then you probably haven't taken a basic first aid class. So all those people then go to Twitter and then try to judge a doctor, a guy whose job is to be
they become
a first responder on scene to a player who's injured, and they start judging what he's doing. And he wasn't trying to pick the guy up. He was trying to stabilize his neck, but John is trying to get up at the same time. John's trying to get up,
Tavares,
but you can't fight that because you don't want to make it worse.
You can't force him down because you might, if his neck's broken, you could paralyze him.
Well, if his neck's broke, if there's a little bone chip, it's basically just trying to not make it worse.
Yeah.
But and you're trying to talk to him through a mask and trying to tell him everything's okay and stuff like that.
And you're completely fucking disoriented at that point.
And the guys and the trainers on
and also
ice
he might not know the
him.
trainer's voice as well as his teammates too, so he doesn't know who he's talking to.
You never know. But the one thing I was sort of worried about through the whole thing is, first of all, as he was getting up and he started to fall back,
that was the scariest point.
That's the scarious point.
I was like, I was so worried about his knees at that moment, because like the head, the neck, yeah, okay, like that's been done, but like
he went like backward scorpion, right?
Yeah, one of the things you learn in first aid is if you get knocked out or concussed or something like that, it's not necessarily the initial hit that's the worst. It's if you become unconscious and fall. That's why a lot of old people hurt their hips when or hurt their face if they fall over is because they can't protect themselves.
Yeah, because you're blacked out.
Exactly.
You don't know what's happening.
Exactly.
So that's all they were trying to do there was hold him up, but like
they were just doing their job.
Yeah.
Yep. That's it. And it was just the falling back, like he's a heavy dude, and the guy's on ice trying to help this guy up.
The trainers might have not even seen the contact that did that to him.
True.
Because like when I originally saw the play, I was just like, oh fuck, see him lying on the ice. That's his shoulder. That's his shoulder. That's his knee.
You didn't know,
you didn't know.
You didn't know his head got snapped back.
You didn't see that. You saw it on the original broadcast. It happened on the very, very bottom right corner of your screen, and it happened so fast, and the camera panned.
And then CBC and Sportsnet decided to show the fucking replay like it was a friggin' movie.
Yeah,
like
that's not
times.
Fucking Disney or some fairy tale fucking bullshit that you wrote in a script. That was a dude's fucking life on the line.
Yeah,
and you decide to fucking make
why don't they go to a commercial during?
And they decide
to
make it a fucking like spectacle. Like let's replay this thing where his kid is watching him at home.
Hopefully not, but it was.
He probably is, but his kid is probably watching him at home and is like, did my dad just die? Did daddy just die? Or like all the 10-year-olds, like when we were 10, Matt Sundin was our fucking hero. Like they almost just watched Captain America die.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like that's traumatizing to anybody.
What'd you think about that, Ian?
I'm so mad at the league or the CB.
I don't mind seeing it. Like
I'm fucking angry.
when I was sitting in the garage, I was looking away when they kept showing the play. I'm like, okay, I don't want to see it again. I don't want to see it again. I don't want to see it again.
The way they went about it made me not want to watch sports for a bit.
When the stretcher came out, they should have cut to a commercial
or switch to the other game.
Yeah.
No,
okay.
not.
That game's not going to be on for another 50. The Leafs game.
As soon as the stretcher comes out,
there's going to be a 15-minute delay.
Let the guy get off the
change
ice.
it to the other fucking game. You have the
show us the replay of him coming off, giving the thumbs up.
Yeah. So, although it wasn't great, I mean, and here's the thing. Here's the thing about live events is you have to show the event. You have to show what's going on.
It doesn't need to be shown.
It's good, bad, or ugly. And I'm not going against how you feel because there's how you feel. And then there's what they're obligated to do.
Talking about media, you want to know the worst one?
What?
What was it? Toronto Sun?
The thing Toronto Sun fucking posted?
Captain Crunch.
I didn't even see that headline till today.
That was horrible entirely. Like that was way over the line.
Dubas blasted them for it too.
And good.
Dubas hates the Sun as it is with some of the shit they've posted about the Leafs.
And you've already talked about...
It's not the first time Dubas has called out the Sun.
How their fucking writers are trash as it is.
Now, hold on. With the what's on the front cover and the titles, that is not the writers. That's the editors. That's a different department.
Okay, well,
however,
they published it.
You're not wrong. It's still the Sun in general.
They published it.
The people that write for the Sun, yeah, they're very iffy, but don't blame them for what's on the front cover. But blame the Sun for what's on the front cover.
No, to me, it was such a scary incident because a few days later...
There's so many better images they could have used from that game.
The incident with Kevin Pillar was just as gruesome.
Yeah.
Oh, a couple days before that.
I love baseball too. I've been hit in the face with a pitch.
Mark, what happened to Kevin Pillar?
The Pillar... Playing the game, he just gets hit in the face, like square in the face, 94-mile-per-hour fastball, and he's just on the ground gushing blood. But to me, like, I've been hit in the face with a baseball, and like...
Not 94 miles
Not 94, but like, they're just filming him gushing blood. I'm like...
You
only watch this in a fucking movie. You shouldn't watch this in real life. Because you know it's real. Like,
or wait for the UFC for that kind of shit.
Somebody's pain shouldn't be entertainment.
No. However,
and both incidents are so traumatizing because they're accidents, and both players, Perry and I don't remember the guy who hit Pillar.
Oh, the pitcher. Sorry.
You could see they were having visual meltdowns on the ice.
They were devastated.
They were having panic attacks on the ice.
I wouldn't say panic attacks.
They both thought they killed somebody.
They were, but you could see like the ghostly looks in their face.
Perry looked like he killed somebody, and then Foligno was just like, "We only have to do this because it's the captain." And Perry didn't throw a single fucking punch because he knew, like, he did.
Oh, in the fight after, yeah.
Like, well, that's a different thing entirely. But about the broadcast, and listen, I know how people feel. I know how you know. It's like I something happens, I have to lash out at something. I have to lash out at the broadcast. I have to lash out at the healthcare, the doctors and stuff. The
doctors and everybody did great. But they were down on the ice so fucking fast.
They had like that 80-year-old doctor fucking out there for Montreal,
sprinting out of the box to get with Tavares as fat. Like
he's probably calling like some doctor at the same.
He was calling the family. He's calling his wife probably.
His wife knows. No.
Tavares. I think they said that's who Kyle Dubas was calling, was his wife. Was Tavares' wife.
Oh, that's cool.
Because like what? That's the first person you want to call.
You have enough doctors there to take care of him.
Yeah, that's done.
So that was one thing.
To tell the wife that he's going to be okay, or like you just have to keep them assured.
Well, you don't tell them
reassured. You have to just reassure them.
That was one thing I loved Dubas for was like he put out a statement and he's just like, I hope for a speedy recovery, but you got to look at it like this. Is like Tavares has a young family that he has to think about.
Yep.
It's just like he can't rush back from this.
The same thing with Mikheyev when he slit his wrist. He stayed at the hotel with him for 3 days.
For 3 days, in New Jersey.
Not to go back to the broadcasting, because I know how you feel about that, and I think everybody feels.
Greg,
the
do you
same
watch sports
way.
to be entertained or to watch like people get hurt?
Mark,
that's not entertaining to me. Listen, watching a replay of somebody almost breaking their neck.
It's a live event, and you have a lot of the people that watch sports.
Greg, I get what you're saying, but you're not going to change my opinion.
I'm not trying to change your mind, But because that's how you feel, and you never change how somebody feels. And as an extent, I feel a lot the same way. But for people that are just joining the broadcast that flipped over from something else,
yeah,
that's something they can learn in the next day.
They don't know what happened, and your job, good or bad, as a broadcast network, is to
keep people updated.
To tell
Why
truth.
can't they just have the broadcaster saying what happened?
Well, what do you want them to talk about? So, okay, for example,
about the play. They can see the replay. They can tell you play by play what happened.
So, is that
but
better?
It's TV.
I don't care. If I've seen it once, I don't need to see it 15 more fucking times.
Then turn the channel. You can you actively turn into a broadcast.
Yeah,
it's not like it's
Greg,
air or electricity. It doesn't. It comes into your house.
Greg,
like,
I know. Imagine if we had like 6-year-old kids and we just flipped over to the game like a little late, and that's the first thing we see with your friggin' kid. Like your kid's probably gonna be in fucking tears.
Nah, probably not. They're too stupid.
But listen,
no.
Mark,
kids are dumb.
It's your job to tell to tell the story, to tell what happened.
Yeah, I know it's your job to tell the story, but you don't need to tell the stories with videos.
It's television. You
I
can
know
turn,
it's television.
You can turn the channel.
Yeah, but
you actively have to turn into TV.
Yeah, I know.
If you change that,
I know
and
I
you
can
were
change
watching
the
it
channel.
with
Why
your
can't you go? Why
6-year-old
can't
kid.
you go to commercial? Nobody want. Okay,
commercials are timed.
Commercials are timed, but secondarily,
And there's not enough sponsors to keep playing commercials.
Imagine you were GMC, and your commercial cut in right after that happened. They'd be like, "Why is my brand associated with that incident?"
No, I know what you're saying.
Oh, okay, imagine this. Here's something worse. One of the commercials, it's not on the same network, but advertises during the Leafs game. Imagine it was a Diamond and Diamond injury commercial they threw to next.
Yeah,
that's kind of funny and dark.
I know what you're saying.
But you can't throw a commercial. I mean, you could as filler, but like now you got to pick and choose which commercial is like appropriate to throw to, because you can't go to Diamond and Diamond because injury lawyers, like that's fucked up.
What
if you throw
happened
to
if the
that.
skate blade caught him? Do you think they'd be replaying it as many times as a shin pad hitting his face?
probably not, because it was blood.
As
Like I didn't see Tavares got the.
Tavares' eyeball was bleeding.
No, it wasn't.
No, it was the side.
He was still cut.
It was the
It-
side
a little.
of his
It
head.
was a compression cut. It was
But
a compression
Still,
cut.
But like that, I didn't see that until I saw pictures of it later. Like I didn't see it during the play, and I didn't see it like when he was on the
what
ice.
I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like,
there was a little
what
bit
if
of
what if that was a
blood,
skate,
but
man?
That would have been. That
He
would
would
have
have been
different.
dead.
Well, we don't
Could
know
have been.
that.
Could have been.
We don't know that.
Could have been.
But would they have replayed that 20 times, 15
They might
times?
have. They might have.
I think you're exaggerating a little bit. I understand how you feel entirely.
Like, dude, something like that just shouldn't be replayed.
But it's the network's job to
I know
tell the
it's the
story.
network's job, but if there's any humanity in people, you don't replay that, you talk about it.
Well, so do you think they should have thrown to the panel?
Yes.
What would they have talked about?
They would have probably talked about the incident, but they're not going to replay it 50,000 times. They could give opinions on it. Or they switch to the other fucking game that was on at that time that CBC still has rights to broadcast at the exact same fucking time.
They just can't. For Mark, it's...
How many times do they
really
switch
not
to
how it
broadcast
works.
when they go to intermissions?
Yeah, but that's an intermission.
Yeah, no, during intermission, they don't do that.
They sometimes do. They have during the playoffs this year.
Oh, during the playoffs, like a little bit.
No, they've done it quite a bit. They've done it quite a bit in the past too. When this game's in intermission, they have another one on one of the channels. They switch to that
during
fucking game.
Not during the season. They never.
No, in
do
the
that.
playoffs they do.
Yeah.
Not during the
Mark's
season.
right.
Never.
In the playoffs, they will a little bit. But excellent question. But from the people that I know that work in broadcast, it's their job to stay with.
Yeah, and I hate that it's their job to allow something so traumatizing to be. I wish there was more.
You want there to be more discrepancy in what they're showing.
Yeah,
I totally understand that.
I get that they're allowed to do it, but I don't think you should be.
They have to.
I don't think that should be your priority. Is showing somebody fucking literally almost be decapitated fucking 15 times on a broadcast.
Well, I mean,
neck.
It's disgusting.
Spinal or head injury.
I know he's fine, but in that moment, we were all watching and like. Yep. Even if there was 20,000 people and that ACC was packed,
you could hear a pin drop.
You would still, you wouldn't, you would not know there was people there. It'd be that quiet still,
and it was still that quiet.
And it was still that quiet.
Yeah.
Like when something like that happened, like you just.
All right, let's talk about the rest of the game.
Yeah, I feel, Mark, I know how you feel, and I think Ian and I feel the exact same way. It's just that
it bugged me. I woke up the next morning.
I don't care about the kids, by the way.
I do.
fuck the kids.
No, I woke up the next morning still shook, man.
I was shook from it. 100%. Still shook from it now.
I don't think it'll take a while, but I think just lashing out at the broadcasters for doing their job and the doctors for doing their job. It's just, guys, it's one thing.
The doctors didn't do anything wrong.
But listen, it's one, you have to just, sometimes you just gotta, you know what, this sucks, and you just sort of gotta swallow it.
What's wrong is Hollywooding somebody's injury, and that's what they did.
I don't think they Hollywooded it, man. They did. Okay, the Toronto Sun did.
When you ask players about the incident right after the game too, like,
well, it happened in the game.
I know you have to.
It's your job,
but that shouldn't be the standard. Is when Matthews was having a fucking breakdown on the bench too, and they're still filming him. I'm like, yo, like, you can't do that to people. Movies are different, but people in live situations, we're not a fucking like puppet. Like, that's not fair to any of those guys.
So one thing,
don't be a pro athlete.
Hey, one thing I do want to bring up about it.
There's no sympathy.
Is I really liked. No,
there isn't. When you film a guy having a traumatic experience. Sorry, Ian.
Yeah, go ahead, Ian.
No, I'm good.
Okay. No, but that's sort of that's kind of what you sign up for as a pro athlete. Like, that's
not being sympathized.
That's part of the gig. Unfortunately,
shit's gonna happen.
I guess shit's gonna happen. But I wish our media didn't have to create that, because like
I'm not sure they create it though.
No, I wish like filming people traumatized and shit like that wasn't like, we have to do it for the cameras.
Well, they don't do it for
they do.
Cameras.
They do. They do it for the fucking, like,
Mark,
to show it.
It's for the views.
You can vote. Yeah. You can vote by changing the channel. That's how you vote. Because they know the numbers that come in. They know the
Greg,
ratings.
I don't care about that shit.
Yeah, but they do.
Yeah, I know they do, because that's how shit is scripted. That's how shit is scripted now, and that's how they get the clicks on the gram.
Well, I don't know how many people on, like, if Sportsnet put that on their channel or anything. I don't know how, like, because
I'm
that's
just
exactly
basically
clicks.
saying it, like, that's why they show you the replay 50,000 times. You got to get the clicks for the gram.
Yeah, I don't know how many times they replayed it.
Views.
I think, and you know what, and I know a lot of people had something to say about the intermission, but it's like, that's the thing that you got to talk about. That's the thing that's on everyone's mind. Like,
yeah,
you can't expect Ron McLean and those guys to not talk about the thing.
But just stop showing me somebody almost die on live TV.
Well, you haven't seen a replay of it since.
Yeah.
I
get that, but
I think I saw one yesterday.
Oh, did you?
Stop showing me somebody almost die on live TV. It's not a movie.
Yeah, well, I know, but you keep saying that, Mark. But Mark, no one's going to change how you feel.
Yeah.
No one's going to change how you feel. And
it made me sick.
And I
made
feel,
everyone sick.
I feel bad about it too. I'm just not sure what the alternative was, but it's like, people tune in to be informed. And it's not, and you know, whether it's anything else. I can inform you
with words. I don't need video.
It's television.
How do you think Joe Bowen explained exactly what happened on the radio to give those things? Like,
okay, here's the question: if you had heard it on the radio, you'd be like, "Shit, I need to, like, let me watch this. Like, I need to see what happens."
I would not.
I think you would have.
I'd probably want to see.
Yeah. I'd want to see it once. I wouldn't want to see it 25 times.
Yes.
Once. Sure. Yeah. And you can debate how many times they show it, but it's like, if it's the thing that everyone's concerned, but everyone needs to know what they're concerned about.
Yeah, change it back to the games. So guys, how big of pieces of shit are the Habs with the cross checks and all that bullshit?
And how much
time, do you love Wayne Simmons?
Every time the Leafs get the puck, I know, but okay, this is the game. How many interference calls don't get called in playoffs in general?
You know what I actually liked yesterday?
So many interference calls and checks.
You know what I liked yesterday?
Yeah.
Leafs actually got more power plays than the other team for once.
And they scored.
And they scored a couple.
They scored, but the best part was, it wasn't like, oh, Leafs have had 2 power plays, we got to give Montreal one. No, I think Leafs had 4 straight.
Montreal was playing like
one
a
of
bunch
those
of
was their own delay a game, though.
Yeah,
so,
and that's
was on the coach. That was the stupidest challenge I think I've ever seen in my fucking life.
Yeah, what was he looking at in that goalie interference challenge?
I read somebody said something. I think you said something. You were like, if that's no goal, then there's going to be no goals in the rest of the playoffs.
That was me. Yeah, I said that.
On Sandin's goal, yeah.
On Sandin's shot for the point, if that is goal interference, there will be 0 goals scored in most NHL games.
Yeah.
What do you think he was looking at? The stick? Thornton's stick?
I think
that's the only thing I could
on
think.
Drugs.
I think he might have been delusional.
I saw.
He could be on shrooms and thought there was 2 guys there.
I saw a couple good memes today on that.
What were they?
Like it was like Kreider fucking running Price in like the Rangers series.
That's
back
a priceless
then.
shot.
Yeah,
with the TV and just editing different stuff onto the TV. Now that's gonna be the new meme for the Montreal Canadiens.
That was such a dumb challenge.
What everyone saw, what Bergeron.
But also the Leafs looked I called the Leafs winning 5-0 yesterday too by one group chat with a couple buddies.
That's pretty close, man.
Yeah,
pretty close. Okay, so in the first game, Campbell looked pretty good. I thought the top line for Toronto.
2-1.
I think if your top line doesn't score,
I think that game was like a 0-0 game. I think that should have gone
game
to OT.
One?
Game 1.
I Leafs are gonna lose game 1 after the accident.
Like Nylander had that nice little open.
I
net
didn't even
goal.
want to watch the end of like the rest of that game. You know nobody on that ice. Did
so
not
the
wanna
two
play.
goals, the 2 goals for Montreal. Anderson's goal was the first one.
Breakaway.
Campbell went out to clear like sticks, didn't get set back in his net. Anderson went short side on him. Byron's was sick.
That
bad play at the blue line by Thornton, I think it was.
Yep.
Byron scores from his knees.
Yeah, I think Sandin was on the ice for both goals against the first game, and I don't think either one was his fault. The first one, he was changing, so he was like, I'm just on the ice, guys. I just got here.
Yeah.
Well, fuck. I hate that when you change it. It's like, even if the guy made it bad, you're just like, well, fuck you, man. Like, this isn't my fault. This is your fault.
Yeah, you turn around and yell at your guy. You're like, that's your minus, by the way.
I do that.
Except that's Joe Thornton.
Yeah.
I give such dirty looks when somebody does that. They give a bad shot. I look back to the bench. I'm like, fuck you, man.
Yeah. Well, in men's league, yeah.
Oh, I give such dirty looks.
Well, it's not the defenseman's fault. It's the forward's fault for not getting in deep. But yeah, exactly. Price was amazing. That blocker save on Marner was game winning.
There's fireworks.
I was scared Price was going to be like that.
There's fireworks going on.
Price looked
Victoria Day fireworks.
It's just like I was just like, what the fuck's that noise? And I had to take off my headphones and listen.
So to that point, Mark, this is what I told. I didn't say this last episode, but what I told a buddy is if Price is good,
and he was unreal in that first game.
If Price is good this series, the Leafs sweep. If Price is great, Leafs in 5. If Price is excellent, Leafs in 6. And if Price is otherworldly, Montreal has a chance. And that was an otherworldly save that on Marner.
The 2-on-1?
On Marner. Yeah, that was a game saver.
And then yesterday he looked normal. Or not normal.
Well,
normal would be insane. But yesterday he looked beatable.
I have a question. How many goals do you think the Leafs should have scored?
Yesterday?
Yeah. They scored 5. How many should they have scored?
8? 9?
Ian's thinking.
If Price wasn't in net?
No, just should have scored on Price.
Oh, should have scored on Price. Maybe 2, 3.
You think less?
Well,
2 more?
There was 4 because there was an empty netter.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough.
The first Spezza's goal, kind of weird.
The Spezza's goal, that was a Spezza shot.
That was a beautiful
kind of weird.
It was the exact same play as his fake slap shot.
The pass by the Leaf player from behind the net was
Bogosian.
insane.
It was Bogosian.
Yeah.
Bogosian on the forecheck. Okay. We love the Spezza goal. That was the exact same as the shot, the fake shot.
Nylander
it was just
again.
He caught the puck, hesitated, drifted, sniped. It was the Spezza move, just not with a slap shot. Nobody's talking about that.
I talked about it. So here we go. Spezza's money from that spot.
Nylander in just the right spot again.
That was right off the post.
Price was swimming though.
Right off the post.
Sandin's goal. They were moving.
The Nylander goal.
That was a lot of movement.
It was off a shot from Matthews that hit the post.
Was it Matthews?
Yeah, on the power play.
Yeah.
And
then the Matthews goal was good. It was he passed it over to Hall. Like Matthews could have taken that in by himself, but Hall made a perfect rebound pass. It right off the pad. Matthews tapping
off the ice.
So bad defense. Nylander's goal, bad defense. Sandin's goal.
Goaltender interference, Ian. On Sandin, it was goalie interference.
Sandin's goal. Bad defense. Oh well, that was power play.
So I mean, the Leafs are going. The Leafs are scoring. The Leafs are scoring good hockey goals.
You can't blame Price on Sandin's goal. He didn't see shit.
So Ian, answer my question: how many goals should the Leafs have scored?
2, 3, max.
No, Leafs are scoring good hockey goals, man.
I'm with Mark.
Yeah, they're good hockey goals.
They should have had more.
Marner should have had a goal because he had a wide open net and decided to stick handle the puck to the side of the net.
Foligno should have had one too.
Oh, did he?
Foligno had a wide open net as well.
Oh, shoot.
Foligno had the biggest one, I think.
Engvall, did you guys see the shot in the third? Engvall beat Price.
Yeah.
Price, I know that look as a goalie. You just beat me. And it only caught the top edge of the pad when he's in the butterfly.
Yeah.
he went into the butterfly, and as he was coming down to the butterfly, he had that pad just for a split second, hadn't hit the ice yet.
And that's all what it hit.
And that's all what it hit. And that
if he was down in the full butterfly, it would have gone in.
Oh, that one that almost squeaked.
It like looked like it hit his pant. It hit the very top of his pad. And if there was nothing behind that, and that look Price gave afterwards, that was you beat me. It's like shit.
Fuck.
Engvall beat him. It just hit his equipment, but that's what it's there for.
Yeah.
And Mikheyev, I think Mikheyev should have scored the first goal very early in the game. It just didn't look like he extended his stick to tip the puck past Price. I was pissed at Mikheyev. I'm like, yo, you're the fucking longest guy on the team. Not actually, but kind of maybe.
It's Engvall.
But like
giraffe and giraffe.
Come on,
too.
Man. Like
the Russian giraffe and the long neck giraffe.
Swedish giraffe.
Swedish giraffe. I think they could have had 8 goals.
How much do you guys love Wayne Simmons?
Yes.
Yes.
We got him for the playoffs.
Oh man, I love him so much.
Same with Thornton.
I need to get a Leaf Simmons jersey so bad.
Mark,
here's
what you do. National Sports, right? And grab just a blank one for like $50 whatever.
And then you can go detail it somewhere.
Get the numbers put on it after.
You could go. You always go to Real Sports when it opens again, and just.
I'm gonna get Andrew wants one. I think they're
Andrew wants a Simmons one.
No, I'm just gonna get him a blank when you put whatever on it, but I think it's like $40 or something. It's like 70% off. It's stupid.
Yeah, it's still like $120 for like.
That's what the fake ones cost is $40.
Literally,
the fake ones from China cost like $30-$40.
If you want the Adidas like top end, then it's gonna be like $300. But if you want to spend on it, if you want something nice, go for it. I think Riley looks like Riley.
Brody looks like Brody.
Brody looks like Brody. Muzzin, he's been pretty good.
Muzzin hits people. Bogosian looks okay.
Bogosian looks exactly like you want Bogosian to look in the playoffs.
I think Sandin looks better than what I could ever expect.
Been our best player.
Trade him. No, trade him.
The guy has such a jump in his step. Remember in game 1, I was like, Nylander's got a jump in his step.
That was before Tavares' thing too, yeah.
Yeah, but you know what, Mark?
Trade him.
He's a European.
Boomer.
$6.9 million on the cap.
Dude, he hasn't skated this fast all season.
Yeah,
fucking trade him.
Nylander's been bouncing off hits too and still getting pucks back. Like I'm like, oh fucking Nylander. He got the puck back. Okay.
Yeah, you should trade him, bro.
Man, he looks like he looks like he looks like he wants to be on Matthews and Marner's tier.
Yeah, you know what he's playing? He's playing like a European.
Sandin.
I know. I'm kidding.
What have I said? As soon as Sandin's been in the lineup, Nylander has looked fucking amazing.
Did you say that quote, Nylander? He's like, Sandin, where did Sandin get all that confidence from me? I'm like, Willie made a funny.
Well, he lives with Will.
I know, yeah.
And Nylander, Alex lives with them too, his younger brother, because he didn't play all year because he was hurt in Chicago.
That's right, yeah.
So he's been staying in Toronto with William.
Mark's friends. Oh,
that's cool.
So he knows all the deets. All the deets.
Does he have a nice house?
Probably. I'd hope so. If my dad was also an NHLer and I'm an NHLer now.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, he makes $7 million a year. He better have a fucking nice place.
I don't know if I agree, but I'm not gonna like disagree with you. I don't know if I'd throw him out as a first player, but like
Matthews had 8 shots in the first game. He just didn't score.
Yeah, because he sucks.
He tied it. I think they said he tied his season record for most shots in a game. And when he did that in a regular season game, he didn't score either.
I guess it's just the flashiness what Nylander's playing with right now.
He's just going.
Like he's playing like he's better. Going. He's playing like he's better than everybody again.
And he's better than almost everybody.
He is better than Montreal, yeah.
Okay, that's a good question. Would Nylander be their best forward?
Yes.
Like skill wise, I don't think you can make an argument against that.
Him and Toffoli on a line together.
Him
would
and
be
Anderson
sick.
on a line together would be sick.
They're both right wingers.
Yeah, a good combo.
But still, you could play your off wing.
In that first game, Nylander scored a goal. You notice Nylander started that play with a hit.
Yeah. That was a big hit too.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but Nylander doesn't hit.
No, he had a couple. He's had a couple.
Nylander's a truck.
He's had a couple.
You guys forgot. Nylander doesn't hit. He
just bounces off people.
He's a truck, man.
No, he's like Pinball Clemons.
Yeah.
he's not
Swedish Pinball Clemons.
He's not big, but he just bounces. He just keeps bouncing.
I think we found our episode title. That's gonna be the episode title.
Swedish Pinball Clemons.
Swedish Pinball Clemons. Oh my god. Yeah. Okay.
The 2 games have been good so far.
Yeah.
I don't know what else is there to. Okay, so
they got back-to-back
Oh yeah, back to back.
Tuesday. Ian, when's this episode's probably going to be up like Monday?
It'll be up on Monday at some point.
Yeah, some point. Back to back.
I'll probably get it up early because I only have a half day tomorrow.
Oh, okay. You know what I thought the Leafs did a lot better in the second game, particularly
score goals.
Well, that okay, but how that happened. So I watched it as a coach in the first game. The Montreal Canadiens really pressured the Leafs to the outside of the offensive zone, and the Leafs did that thing where they constantly just fling the puck back around the net to the point, back around to the net to the point, and play the perimeter. And
so they never tried to.
They never attacked the slot or the
same
home plate area.
Same way the Flyers were playing in the playoffs last year.
And once the Leafs started to put the pucks to the net, what you do is you force the defending team to turn around and face their goalie, and then they get sucked into home plate.
What was I yelling at the Flyers to do all series against the Islanders? And the only game they beat them, they were doing this.
So you could do that from point shots if you get them through. You can also do it by attacking lanes and making crisper passes, or just taking the puck
to the net. Isn't a cliche.
Yeah,
it is a cliche, but it works.
Then it's not a cliche.
Well, it's kind of a cliche because it's a cliche if
we're just getting pucks to the net. We're getting the puck in deep.
Then it's a cliche.
We're rolling the lines.
Funny about it.
Everyone's going 110% tonight. Showing a lot of
banging bodies, grinding in the corners.
Ooch.
Sucking dirty pond water.
As soon as the Leafs started to get pucks towards the net and attacking those, getting the Canadiens to having to defend a tighter area to turn around.
When you're facing the net playing defense, you're doing something. There's something wrong.
Yeah, well, that means there's pucks going towards your goalie.
Exactly. I played defense both, but I've grown up. When you had your back turned to the blue line, something was wrong.
Yeah,
you're gonna get a puck in the
it gets contagious because now you have to respect Sandin's shot. Sandin's shot doesn't happen.
Someone told me it was 100 miles?
No, almost 58 actually. Or sorry, 98.
That's 98. A fucking hard shot for a small dude.
Well, Mark said it earlier. Riley does not have a big shot.
No, he does
Riley
not.
Has a muffin. Riley also can't hit the net.
Riley can hit the net if there's no one in front of
Riley couldn't hit water if he fell out of a boat.
Well, let's not go that far. But
he's got an accurate shot. Like if he can walk in and take a wrist shot.
Yeah. He doesn't have a big boomer slap shot.
He's not not top blue line, like center of the ice.
But one thing I find interesting is how much extra mojo, let's call it mojo, the power play has with Riley on the point. Until Sandin, the shift before Sandin scored that goal was the first time he actually looked comfortable or at home on the power play.
Sandin?
He's been moving the puck really well.
Moving the puck, but it's not just moving the puck. Riley will actually be like, yo, Matthew, switch with me once in a while.
Well, they played together for a lot longer.
Riley will, but Sandin's it would be more hesitant to be like, yo, Matthew, $10 million player, let's move around or something. Whereas Riley's like, yo, get the fuck over here. You know what I mean? Like,
let's switch up.
Yeah. Well, I know that's not their setup. I wish they did it more. I was watching the Islanders.
So that's what I think that's missing with these players, is switching and move. Like that's
movement. We're on the same page. And to that point, I was watching the 4-on-3. I think it was the Islanders were 4-on-3. Islanders had 4. And it was a triangle setup. And I think it was Barzal was almost just orbiting the offensive zone around, and
people were just shifting with him.
Well, you have to. It was just like Barzal's going. You have to. The defense has to move.
No. I meant his team. The most important. I meant like his team. Like if he's going in a circle, like are people just shifting from where he came from?
He would just. It was like a triangle, and he would just skating around. But at least it's like, man, you have somebody doing something.
Well, he's also moving where the other 3 guys on Pittsburgh are standing still, so he's going to get to wherever the puck first when it's shot.
Yeah.
And when you're probably the second fastest player in the league, you're probably going to get to the puck first.
Yep.
Third fastest. Sorry, Mikheyev, McDavid, Barzal.
Oh, Mark, I appreciate how you corrected yourself.
Larkin actually has the fastest time in the fastest skater in NHL All-Star.
There you go. The one thing, again, coaching wise, I was so shocked they left though. I wasn't shocked. I was just like dumbfounded that in the first game they gave the top guys a 4-minute shift at the end of the game. Like, what are you doing? They were dog tired in the last minute. I know they're your best guys, but give them like a 30 seconds off. Like, if you're not going to put them on the ice for a 4-minute shift at any time, don't do it in the last bit of the game when they're
I feel like tired. They want to be on at that point. That's the problem.
I just assume
it's like Sheldon's like, you good? One. They're like, yeah, we're going.
Yeah, that's why you're the coach, and you say,
yeah, I'm just pretending game 1 never existed.
Yeah. And I feel like a lot of the players are probably thinking that the same way.
It's past. It's over. It's in the books, and it's done.
We're not talking
losing
about
game 2 would be the one where it was so winning 5-1 in game 2 was so like
huge. Yeah.
Ian, how much?
This is my dick.
Yeah, we got a couple more minutes, right?
Yeah.
A couple more minutes.
Not many.
Not more. Okay, so what do we expect Monday and Tuesday back to backs? What do we expect?
So I'm weird. The
Anderson's going to start game 2.
It's going to be weird.
Well, the only thing that's good is that
I think it's still going to be fine. Jake Allen's going to be fine as well.
It's going to be fine.
I don't know if Montreal wins, Jake Allen is definitely not starting.
You don't think so? They'll carry Price back. They're not going to win. Doesn't matter. So, what do you think? Game 4.
Well, if
Leafs are going to win.
Honestly, if Montreal wins or loses, Carey Price is still starting.
Yeah.
No. Do you think Anderson's getting the start in Game 4 though?
Yep.
I think there's a 0% chance unless Jack Campbell hugely falters. I don't think you switch.
Think? Yeah. I don't think there's a point in the playoffs to switch, unless Campbell's like, yeah, I want a day off. But at the same time, Campbell's never going to.
You know what? 2-1 isn't enough of a lead to switch goalies.
I understand the argument. If there's any game to play Anderson, it definitely is Game 4.
But 100%. I feel like Campbell hasn't earned. If Campbell doesn't play good, even if Toronto wins, but if Campbell doesn't play,
Campbell's played unreal though.
I have seen nothing in Campbell's game to give me anything but confidence in his game. I
agree. But if he doesn't play the greatest in Game 3 and Toronto still wins, I still have to give my guy the chance.
Jack Campbell's my guy.
We are going to Montreal, hardest barn to play in the league.
What's that?
Yeah, but there's no fans.
There's no fans.
I was kidding.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
Shame. Dang.
Imagine there's fans going to this fucking game.
Next year.
It would be fucking fire.
I do think along those lines, Mark, not in net, but I think they do flip in some guys who haven't played maybe in the 4th game. Like you ask Spezza, hey,
Nash wasn't in second game, right? They put Engvall back in.
Maybe, but like just
Engvall's not coming out of the lineup next game.
Just to keep guys fresh, to get fresh guys in the lineup. I wouldn't be surprised if they do flip a couple guys, and maybe it's like. It could be like a guy like they're not going to do Thornton or Spezza because they're going to be like, don't take me out of the lineup.
It wouldn't be Simmons.
It'd be like Galchenyuk for Robertson.
It'd be Galchenyuk if anything,
or Engvall for Robertson, or something like that.
Engvall, Galchenyuk, I think are the couple.
In the lineup.
I know you need Spezza in the lineup.
You need Thornton and you need Simmons.
Kerfoot.
You need Kerfoot's been great,
guys.
He's been fantastic on the penalty kill.
If you have depth, use it. Just you're flipping. It's one game.
Yeah, why not?
Get fresh guys in
I don't know. But like if you go up 2-3-1, maybe that's when you do it.
No, because then it's like we can just end this series.
Back-to-backs, there's more fatigue in back-to-backs.
Yeah,
you're thinking the Game 4, you mean.
That's what I mean.
Oh,
yes,
okay. True.
We'll see if that happens.
No, I'm also on your side with the Campbell thing. Like, if Campbell has a great Game 3, he's going Game 4.
He should.
Even if he has a good game, he has to have a terrible.
No, that's what I mean. He has to have a game where, like, even if he win and he lets in a couple, we're like, ooh.
Then it's like a back-to-back.
Yeah,
give him a chance. I gotcha. All right, well, everybody.
Also, being an Anderson fanboy,
I know you love Anderson.
I like Anderson too, though.
We all love Anderson.
No, but I'm on the point. You ride the hot hand in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Detroit picks him up. Actually, I like Bernier.
All right, guys. Last minute of play. Remember, if we all have our first shot of COVID vaccine. Everybody keep getting your COVID vaccine.
Yeah, make sure you
doses.
clean your belly button too.
Yeah, that too. Remember, guys, your vaccine dose doesn't get activated until you tweet about it or post about it on social media.
Fuck.
Yeah, you got to post about it on social media before it even gets activated.
Who said that?
The internet.
Microsoft.
I never posted it with you getting my shot.
That's why you gotta activate it, Mark. 5G.
So
is that why I don't have my tail yet?
That's right. You don't have your tail. So you gotta tweet about it.
I'm finally 2 weeks tomorrow, so my vaccine is good now.
Oh, it sets in. Yeah, that's awesome. Guys, keep getting those vaccines.
It takes 2 weeks after you get it?
Yeah,
to be fully good.
For it to get into your system.
Oh, I had no idea. I was just like, oh, look, I got a needle in my arm.
I got shot.
I was like, good shot.
So you're So now you can activate your 5G by tweeting about it. Guys, let's get out of here.
All right.
Enough of this. Let's wrap this up. So everybody, thank you for listening, and we'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.
Thanks for listening. Follow us on Twitter @DraftInHand.